bigger and you do all those things when you're in high school as well. But I think it is a talented team. I think what you're going to see by the Wolves is very simple. They're going to try and control the line of scrimmage, and that's where I think we definitely have the advantages up front. When you got 28 kids playing, that means you got a bunch of your two-way starters, and if you can lean on those guys and wear them out up front, that's going to make significant headway. We talked about Wynnewood's strength as their skill positions, and I don't think that's a understatement. I think they are very talented at skill positions, but if you can wear out those guys up front, skill positions are never going to get going.
Right.
So captains are now making their way out to the field here. For Davis this time, it looks like it is going to be number 3, Malachi White, number 24, Lane Rawls, and number 83, which 83 is Brady Greenlee, are going to be the captains this evening for the Wolves.
Here, let me get you a better one. That's been fact-checked.
Well, it looks like so we're double checking the roster, but yet those three are still the three people representing the Wolves. See if you can see the who's representing Wynnewood out there. It looks like they've got 5 captains. They're meeting with the officials currently.
Oh, okay. I've got looks like I can't tell. I got 27 and 1. So 1, Caden Knighton, 27, Derek Fields. I got a 64. Looks like, well, I don't have, maybe 54. 54 would be, man, there's no period. That drives me nuts. And the English teacher.
Number 12.
I'm going to go with Junior Hernandez.
Yeah, number 12 also out there.
So in 1 is the sophomore
Adam
quarterback.
Fields.
I believe I believe 12 is also an underclassman. So you got some underclassmen out there representing for the Savages.
Number 1, Caden Knighton, you mentioned it, underclassman, sophomore starting
Very
quarterback.
talented kid.
Very talented kid. Actually won state in track in the 100-meter dash this last year as a true freshman, which is hard to do.
And I don't know about you, Bobby, but I still remember when our kids played them, our 9th graders, and Knighton broke off about an 80-yard touchdown on us.
Yeah. I mean, he just he kind of does what he wants. He just takes off and runs. So I know you guys were already talking. I was still trying to kind of get stuff situated and everything, but I heard you guys talking about what you guys would like to see. I want to see him be contained. That's number 1 for me.
Well, something happened. Something, okay.
Test. I think we lost sound.
Well, I can kind of hear me now.
I can hear a little bit. So we'll keep going. Maybe sound will recover if they're here. So our officials this evening, the referee is going to be Ray Trammell, lineman Philip Stevens, umpire Sean Barefoot, and that's not a joke. His name is Barefoot, which I think is very entertaining.
I have a really good friend of mine who lives in Noble whose last name is Barefoot.
There you
go. I believe you.
Ralph Knight is the line judge, and then Jerry Kusek is the back judge. So that will be our officials this evening.
No, that's just.
I didn't.
For the donation and installation of the new handicap ramp and seating area located on the north end of the stand.
Okay. They can hear us. We just can't hear each other. That's how it's going right now.
Yay, there you go. So Wynnewood is set to receive this kickoff.
Okay. Real quick, kind of running through our crew here tonight. We have Alexis Davis on the laptop again.
Pretty consistent spot for her, right?
Yeah, she's stuck there. We're not going to let her go anywhere. Juliana Bucio over here on the camera. Nervous? Huh?
You mispronounced her last name.
You know what? I can't. Say it for me. Bucio.
See, there we go.
I got it. I'm not going to say it again. But so Juliana
what
on
was
the
it
camera.
again? What was her last name?
No, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Rush, what are you doing, Rush? Okay, Crush doesn't know.
He is kind of our go-to. He's our runner for tonight.
Okay, all right. And then
is he the drink getter? Is what you're saying? He's the drink getter for the group in
sweet.
here.
Are you saying you're thirsty?
No,
Okay,
not yet.
So, and then we have Kinsley Barnes,
Stella Baker, Addison Danker, all on social media.
and Alpha's going to be out and about.
Alpha's going to be out and about, and Alpha, man, had a blast.
Oh,
earlier
yeah, he
at
was
beautiful
all over
day.
the place.
Those kids had a blast.
Yeah, beautiful
Seen the
day,
video.
and at the Pep Assembly.
There's the Wolves coming out.
Wolves have now joined us out on the field. Wynnewood earlier making a lot of noise when their group came out. Again, they're pumped up, ready to go for this big showdown. If you the prognosticators are correct, Wynnewood 2-point favorite in this game. If you guys saw the predictions in the paper,
You know, I did see that, and
I'm offended.
It's not that I'm offended.
I'm offended.
You know, I don't know how many times Caden Knighton put the ball on the ground last week, but I do know that he did that a few times. You know, and I don't know how many times he came back up with it or whatever, but I think if we force him to put the ball in the air as opposed to let him use his feet so much, I think that heavily favors our game.
well, he's more of a thrower than he is a passer. You know, he's one of those kids that he's pretty accurate at an intermediate or under range, deep.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's got to have a guy pretty wide open, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was some insightful words there because
was.
I had to like really think about what you
I
said.
was like, you just said the same word twice.
But then it dawned on me, I was like, oh no, he means throw it up and go get it, or accurate passer.
He's doing the difference of quick and fast.
Yeah.
So,
there you
no,
go.
I 100% agree with Brad. I think he is more I'm going to need a guy, you know, with 5-10 yards of space.
Well,
to throw
not
the ball,
necessarily.
but
I mean, he's a better passer than that, but he's not a guy that's going to thread the needle necessarily.
I don't think you have to. If you keep him in the pocket, it's going to be a tough game for him to beat you.
Yeah.
But you just can't let him use.
If
his
you
feet.
let him get out on the edge at all, and again, they're going to run the flex bone, so they're going to predominantly run with him. You're not going to see him as often out on the out on the perimeter. I know I was talking to the guys up here in the press box earlier, and they said you're probably going to see some spy on him this evening with Ty Barnett spying him.
should, for sure.
And I think that's probably the right decision, especially with a guy, a guy with elite speed like he does have.
Absolutely.
I did see as we're, getting ready to kick off here, I saw the luxurious locks come in the house.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I always love to talk about the luxurious locks.
Rawls' kick's going to be fielded at about the 30-yard line. Going to be brought down immediately by the other Rawls. This time, Brendan Rawls there in on the tackle. It's going to bring him down at the 35, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Savages, 35-yard line. They're on 35.
Another thing that I don't think gets stated enough, you guys talked about how these two teams are supposed to be, top dogs in the state for a long time. This is still, Pauls Valley is a little further away, but Wynnewood's still just a few miles down the road, almost like Sulphur, and there's some bragging rights and some, so you could almost throw records and all that stuff out the window when this game comes to play.
So I can tell you at one point a lot of people thought Davis Wynnewood was a better a better
rivalry
than Davis Sulphur during that
Yep.
10-year period especially.
Yep.
Now overall, I think we would all say Sulphur has became and that Sulphur is the team
without
that's
a doubt.
continued
I
the
think so.
series throughout. So Savages line up they're lined up in the flex bone as well. So Davis is going to be used to this offense. They're going to run a little option out on the edge. Knighton is going to keep.
There he goes.
And see, that's why you got to tackle. We had him for about a 1 or 2 yard gain there, and he broke through that arm tackle and picks up about 8.
He's got a good burst coming through the line.
So yeah, you're not going to be able to arm tackle him. He's got a lot of strength to him. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
There's a pretty decent student section down there.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're all up on their feet. I don't know if the frat boy, sorority girl thing fits them more or what. But
Quarterback is going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage there. I think they're going to mark it as a 1st down, but he didn't pick up much more than that.
but that's what I want to see. He cut back into the middle. We didn't let him get outside, forced him back inside, and made the tackle inside, which is what we're going to need to do.
And it's not hard to figure out what Wynnewood is going to do. Again, especially after last week, the quarterback having so much success in the run game against Davis, they're going to feature it very heavily this evening. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line for the Savages. Ball gets down on the ground.
Oh, you got to wrap him up.
Then he does. I'm not sure what that was. That was a non-traditional play.
So, well, and that's where we talked about it. He is a sophomore. He's young. In most coaches, he's probably going to get talked to. Hey, tuck that ball and take off.
Yep.
But I'm perfectly content.
Tried to kind of, I don't know if he underarmed it. It kind of looked like he underarmed it over the guys to a receiver out there. It's an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 at the 46.
You got to pull out your roster there, Mr. Morris.
Yep, because I don't know our own kids.
Handoff goes to the tailbacks. Met in the backfield.
There we go.
Played very well that time. 45, Spencer Clinton also getting off that pile.
So,
it looked like number 6, Luke Linville, and also number outside linebacker right there. I didn't pick up.
I'm glad to see that the defense get in the backfield, stop the play. Yeah. On the previous play, he would have been 10 yards back, but arm tackle.
Yeah.
So Wynnewood's now facing a 4th and 12, 4th and 13 from the 43-yard line after that loss of 2. Quarterback's going to keep it out on the end, run the option. He's got some room to run.
There we go.
I'm going to see where they're going to
he
mark
might
him
have
here.
fallen forward.
They're going to mark him a little short.
He's going to mark him short, but I would imagine they're going to go for it. They're about 1 yard, picked up 11 yards on that run. Needed to pick up 12, so he's going to bring up a 4th and 1 at the Wolves' 45-yard line. Again, played the quarterback well that time, but our pitch man was unaccounted for, unfortunately.
4th and a yard for the Wolves, 45.
Quarterback's going to keep. He's going to get hit in the background. He's going to be a drop of a loss.
Hey, look, that is a big tackle, big down, turnover on downs. But, man, I'm going to give 90% of that credit to Malachi White. You get through there, and you are holding on for dear life. He's not going down, but he's not going anywhere either.
Right.
And it lets the rest of his teammates come.
He had those legs tied up.
Was that not Ty Barnett?
Maybe it was a Ty.
I think it was Ty.
Okay, excuse me.
On that
so
play.
Shout out to Ty Barnett. He said, hey, you're going to be calling my name tonight. So, hey, Ty's showing it right there.
Turnover on downs. Wolves will take over now at their own 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolves after that stop.
1st and 10 Wolves.
Handoff goes straight up the middle to number 24, Lane Rawls. There were some guys got mangled up front on that play.
They did not want any part of that.
Yeah, I mean.
Line dominated right there.
Yeah,
that's what we need to see.
I'm perfectly content with a 3 or 4 yard in a cloud of dust. That was a 10-yard in a cloud of dust.
Yeah,
and
or more.
Those are even better.
It's a 10-yard and a train wreck up front.
Wolves now on the Wynnewood side of the field there after that 12-yard run.
The Wynnewood line was on their backs.
Yeah, they got mangled up front on that play.
Not good.
Goes back to him again. This time not as much. Still able to pick up some positive yardage, though. Pickup of about 4 yards, 3 yards it looks like.
When you're picking up first and you're 13 and then 4 on your next one on first down, man,
you're doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So shout out to all the people out there listening or watching the game. You know, I got a message earlier that there's a couple people out in the out of town that's actually watching the game from a distance, and I'm going to give them a shout out after this play here. Jake Parker now in the flex bone formation. And off again goes to number 24, Lane Rawls. That time's going to be brought down.
Drove him backwards a little bit on that one.
So again, got to be shout out tonight from Skagway, Alaska, where we've got Gina Smith and Flipper Smith, and they said they were actually watching the game with some Wynnewood fans, so we will actually shout out to the Wynnewood fans with them at Skagway, Alaska. So they said go 67 and go Hunter. So Hunter and Fisher out there, glad to get to see both you guys play, so shout out to those guys. Wolves facing a 3rd and 6 from their own 37-yard line. Option out on the edge. Oh, face mask. Oh.
Yeah. Come on, ref.
That was a face mask. They're not going to call it. He reached for it, and then he put it back in his pocket. But, man, it's going to bring up a loss that time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to bring up a fourth and about 14, it looks like, maybe 4th and 12. So punt team is on the field for the Wolves.
4th down. 4th and 14 from the 44.
So Rawls' punt is going to be
punt.
fielded there at the 20, and he's going to be hit immediately, brought down.
Okay, so, you know,
in on the play there, Dakota Carter.
Field position for the Wolves.
Wynnewood takes over 1st and 10.
Wynnewood's second possession of the ball game. 7:43 to go in the first quarter, 0-0.
Got 173 people out there watching.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the defense looked like it kind of settled down there towards the end of that last drive for Davis. Let's see how they come out here.
Watch it. There
Quarterback is going to cut back. Again, good job by that young man. He didn't really have a whole lot there. He was able to kind of fight his way forward. Picks up about 5 on that first down play.
Gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5.
Again, he did a lot of that on his own. Again, they're not doing anything super tricky there. They're letting him kind of pick his hole there, following they're putting one of the 2 wing backs into motion, overloading a side and saying, hey, find where there's a hole and try and tuck it up and go.
Yeah, basically just leave it. It's the ISO of football, just find your way and go make it happen.
And he's good at it, so I can see why that's happening. Option out on the edge this
Get there.
time. Again,
Oh,
I don't know where we're playing the quarterback well, but we're leaving we're leaving the
pitch man.
the pitch man unaccounted for.
that's a tackle by number 8, Ty Barnett.
It's going to be a first down for the Savages
Now,
after that run.
Dakota Carter was coming in on that. He had a heck of a block put on him. Pretty much tackled in the middle of the field.
1st and 10 for the Savages at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10, Wynnewood.
Option again out on the edge.
They almost stopped the pitch.
Okay, that time right there was
go.
played very well. Let's see who.
I thought we were going to pick the pitch there on that one.
Malachi White out there on the pitch guy, and again, it looked like he was kind of had a guy wrapped around him there for a second. So I don't know that there was a holdout on the edge, but that's something to watch for. So again, 2nd down now, pickup of 1 that time is going to bring up a 2nd 9 at the 46-yard line.
Gain of 1. 2nd and 9.
Straight up the little pop play to the fullback there, right up the middle for a couple.
27.
Got a couple other people watching from out of state. The Curtises, looks like they're in Arlington. I know it's out of state, but it's down the road a little bit.
Yeah, down the road.
They're watching, said that they were glad to watch. We appreciate you watching.
3rd and 7 for the Savages at the 47-yard line. So big down here for the Davis defense. Good opportunity to get off the field here if we can get a stop. Quarterback's going to keep it. Throws a little pass out on the edge. Again, Malachi White was getting held.
Oh, man.
Oh, he has broke out in the open. This is see if we can stop a touchdown.
Pops him out of bounds.
I don't know, man.
We were getting, I'll tell you what, Malachi White was getting mugged out on the edge there, but we did not get that call.
Unlike our game at Pauls Valley, that laundry is staying in pockets.
So ran out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So after that long run, again, long run for Wynnewood. They are now within the Davis red zone for the first time this evening at the 10-yard line.
At the Wolves 10-yard line for 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal, 5:07 to go in the first half. 0-0 ball game.
Going to call a timeout.
We've got a timeout, and that is a Lonnie Topechi
with Pebbles Real Estate football timeout. Thank you very much for being a sponsor of what we do here at Wolf Media. Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We're gonna mute ourselves for just a minute. The camera's going to stay on the action, and we'll be right back.
So we are back, 5:07 to go in the first quarter, 0-0 ball game. Wynnewood with the ball at the Davis 10-yard line, trying to strike first in this big contest.
First and goal, Wynnewood at the 10-yard line.
Bunch formation, heavy set to one side. Quarterback's going to keep, cut back against the field, and he's going to score.
Nice cut. It was a nice cut.
Again, they brought their receivers in. They overloaded one side, moved their tailbacks to one side, just kind of overwhelmed us on that one side. And it's a touchdown with 5:01 to go for Wynnewood. 75-yard touchdown drive that time by Wynnewood.
Man, you don't see high schools do this kicking formation very often.
No, the old swinging gate.
Wynnewood lined up in the
Swinging gate. Yep, they are going to run out of it. Quarterback's going to look to pass. Pass is intended for the receiver, and does he come down with it? It was well defended. It's incomplete.
Yeah, they're going to say incomplete. Back judges.
Put it on the ground.
Number 6, I believe, Luke Linville back there in coverage, able to knock the ball away from him. Again, nice play attempt, but better play by the Davis defense. It is now 6-0. Wolves looking to get something going after that first series 3 and out.
So I'm going to mention our upcoming sponsor for the kickoff that we have failed to do so the last couple of times. I feel horrible about is King Surveying. You ever need some surveying done on your property or anything like that, be sure to reach out to those guys. Again, thank you for being a sponsor for what we do.
And don't forget our pregame D&D Collectibles, I believe.
D&D Collectibles. Mr. Morse, you got to make your way up there, right?
I got to go. I'm fascinated by this. I just haven't had a chance to get up there.
They've got some awesome stuff.
They do. They do.
So if you're a collector, if you collect coins or comic books or just kind of rare
just anything,
oddities,
really.
they've got lots of really cool
awesome stuff up there. Even if you just like to go look at it, just, man, go up there and take a look around.
Well, we've got such a historic, cool downtown. It's a great opportunity to stop off the fountain, get a drink, go buy D&D Collectibles, see what's in there, hit some of our other stores.
Nibbling a pimento cheese.
There you go.
Absolutely. I'm an old man. I will eat that pimento cheese any day of the week.
Okay, I'm gonna
your Ensure and
hey,
call
I'm
it awesome.
gonna share a secret with you guys.
I don't like pimento cheese.
I've never ate a pimento cheese sandwich.
Okay, it's coming to the booth next week.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm just telling you.
I'm down with that. Like I'll
never tried a pimento cheese sandwich.
Gina Smith, you hear it. Brad needs a pimento cheese.
In Alaska.
Yes.
Yeah, if you could bring one from Alaska, that would be preferable.
Yeah.
Heard that Alaskan pimento cheese hits different.
So back deep
You're
for
welcome,
the Wolves.
Bobby.
Dakota Carter, and then also we've got back there number, let me see if I can read that. It looks like 17.
Take a pimento cheese from
That is Seth Knapp, right?
Seth Knapp, that's exactly who it is.
Yeah.
Onside kick attempt is going to be fielded right at the 50-yard line by number 12.
Unlike our press box,
I believe 12
on
is
the 50.
Trey Melton. Yeah, Trey Melton. Good job by Trey getting his hands on the ball and just kind of following, not risking the turnover right there.
So obviously the hands team was out there because I don't think Trey Melton would normally be in your front five.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's gotten where he's on the field quite a bit as a receiver, so not typically would see him out there. But man, some of these sophomores and younger guys, even the juniors are getting quite a bit of time. So
speaking of Trey, he's out at receiver on this play, split wide. Quarterback's going to keep. Going to run
Jake,
up the
go.
middle there.
Number 2, Jake Parker on the carry.
A little bit of a – thought there might be a little bit of a late hit on us there. We kind of jumped in there late because they kind of took offense to the quarterback kind of getting thrown down there. But
sometimes you got to watch that because you dive on the pile. Well, you got to remember your quarterback's at the bottom of that, so you don't want to hurt your quarterback. So
pick up about 5 yards on that first down play. Nice run by Jake Parker.
So I did just get a text message. They want to know if you want spicy or regular, Brad.
Uh-oh, it surprised me.
Oh.
Oop, number 6, Luke Linville. Again, could never kind of get going there. Got to do a little bit better job blocking up front on that one. He could never get going, and it's going to be a drop. It's going to be a loss on that play. Bring up a 3rd down and about 7. Ball at the 47-yard line. Again, I'd like to see us pick up, around 4 yards this play if we can't pick up all 7 and go for it on 4th. So, again, we are on the place where I would like to see us possess the ball. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. He's got a wide open if he can get the ball to him.
Yes!
Oh, there it is.
Hey,
Trey Melton.
Absolutely.
That's 2 in a row.
Nobody around that receiver. I'm talking nobody in the scene.
And that was a perfect pass by Jake Parker. That ball was set right where he was the only person that had a chance at it. Of course, he was the only person with 20 yards.
Hey, it works.
I started getting nervous. When you got a guy that wide open,
yes.
Sometimes you kind of panic a little bit because you're like, my eyes have got to be fooling me.
We're at home and we can see a little better, and you can see Trey's face, like, oh, I got to catch this, like everybody's watching me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all saw his eyes get huge from up here.
Yeah.
Jake Parker to kick the extra point. Here's Seth Knapp to hold.
Oh.
Okay, so Wynnewood has jumped off sides on that play, so it's going to move it. So at this point is where I would actually go for 2, and it looks like that's what we are going to do. We were going to kick the extra point.
I saw Kobe England take off, and I'm like, okay, we're going to run the ball.
3:31 to go, 3:31 to go in the first quarter. 6-6 ball game. Wolves, it looks like, are going to go for 2 now after the penalty by Wynnewood on the 2-point conversion. So offense back out on the field. Ball's going to be spotted at the 2-yard line.
Oh, got play clock ticking down.
Got 4 seconds. Got to go quick here if we're going to get this off.
Okay.
They do get it off in time. Quarterback's going to keep. Oh, I don't know if he's going to get in. He is right on the edge. I think he's going to be short.
They push him backwards.
I mean, he was right there. Just couldn't quite lean in enough. Wynnewood able to defense kind of bow their necks there and keep us out of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, 6-6 ball game with 3:31 to go in the first quarter.
Man, I guess I'm too conservative when it comes to football. Like I think we kick that one there, even though I know we get closer.
Ooh, I like punching him out. When we're that close, I don't want to kick
I'm the
anything.
8-man guy. We run for 2. I didn't know you could kick the ball.
Yeah. So yeah, if we can't pick up 2 yards when we need to pick up 2 yards, then
I mean, it's a valid point. I just I'm one like, man, if we kick it, we're up 1 there. But hindsight is always 20/20. So.
See, I don't think we're only scoring 6 points this game. So
yeah, that's true. So I'm going to give an early apology to our commercial sponsors, Pittman Oil, Uptown Formal, Jones Jewelry, Vision Bank, Hilltop, PT Central. You guys, it is my fault, 100% my fault. Something happened with our laptop and files today, and I am unable to play those commercials for you, ladies and gentlemen out there watching for us. I hate that, but we will have them back and ready to go next week. We definitely want to get those sponsors the recognition that they need, because we could not do this without you.
So 6-6, Rawls to kick off here. So Lane Rawls with the deep directional kicks can be fielded about the 35-yard line. Can be knocked out of bounds at about the 40.
Right
Wynnewood with their third offensive possession of the game.
Wynnewood, out of bounds. Again, if you drive a red Hummer, park on the west side.
So I just want to go out and remind for this next play, for everybody watching, yes, we are talking, we are Davis people. Two of us work at the Davis School. Two of us have kids in Davis High School and Davis Middle School. Yes, we are biased.
I didn't think that was questionable.
Was it up for debate?
Apparently so. And I do want to remind everybody that our laptop operators, our producers, our camera people, our social media people, these are students. And
high school students.
High school students. So if you leave comments, do not expect to not get blocked. I apologize for that, but that's just what's going to happen. So.
Quarterback's going to take the ball out on the edge. Ball is on the ground.
You know, that worked out in our favor,
but
because he had a lot of green out in front
of him.
You know, we talked about it earlier. That pitch man, you know, is kind of getting open, and maybe that's because we're keying too much on Knighton, and so we need to kind of
see. I'm not going to let Knighton beat me.
No, I agree. I agree because I think we'll see more of that
tailbacks.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Force those guys to beat you. I can agree with that.
So again, a second down and 17 yards from the 34-yard line after that loss. Quarterback's going to roll out to pass here. He's going to put the ball in the air. Some fighting there. Ooh, man, I'll tell you what.
Oh, wait, they're going to throw the flag.
Let's see who they called it on, because I really think our defender had more of a play on the ball.
No, he just said that as pass
interference on the defense.
On the offense.
Yeah, yes. that's what I thought was probably the case. Our defender had a better shot at the ball than the receiver did. Let's see who they're calling. They did call pass interference on the Wolves.
I could have swore he signaled.
Again, there was a lot of hand fighting down there.
But did this back nudge not signal that it was against Wynnewood?
I could not tell on that one. So he did call it against our defender there. So it's going to bring up a third down and 2. I still can't get over that. It's not an automatic first down. So that 2nd and 17 is going to now be a 3rd and 2 from the
49.
From the 49. Quarterback is going to keep here. He's got some room to run, and this is dangerous. So quarterback picks up the first down and some, gets down to the 30-yard line.
Well, shout out to the 220 people that are watching us right now.
I guess that means a few people out there like to watch us.
There's a couple people.
Inside Wolves territory at the 32.
And one of them I see coming out to defend us a little bit. Anna Richardson.
Oh, thank you, Anna.
Hey, there you go. The former media student.
I feel like she still is.
Media alumnus.
Ball at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Savages.
Call false start.
Flag down. False start. That's going to move it back 5 yards.
Wow, we just went from 219 to 227 real quick.
Hey, there you go. Again, we appreciate our friends from Wynnewood joining in on this broadcast, but it will be a Davis broadcast.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
I will be rooting for children when I'm supposed to be announcing.
You may hear us bang on the windows a couple times. You know, some of that fun stuff.
Me and Todd Barnett are going to get a little rowdy up here. It happens. Yes.
Running back that time is going to be stopped for no gain.
22, Rance Digby going back out onto the field.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Brendan's going to come off.
every day. Mr. Morse, you're going to say my name today? I'm not going to say your name, child, that Bobby just said the name. His mom's sitting in front of me, and she knows what I'm talking about.
I will say his name, Rance Digby.
2nd and 13. So, again,
not doing it.
Gentlemen, this is an opportunity. Long first down after that penalty. This is a time where you got to get off the field if you're the defense.
I'm glad Brad is focused on the game.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a good game.
It is a good game.
Quarterback's going to fake a rollout. He's looking to throw the ball downfield. Again, coverage.
That's offensive
How does he not?
Interference.
I'll tell you what, the defender got thrown down, but I think wow.
I'm not sure how that works.
Now, I will say he was getting interfered with before he got thrown down.
Yeah, but I don't. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, but here's the deal. You can't let the refs beat you.
Nope.
No.
You can't put yourself in that situation, so we're going to have to go out there and make some stops.
So touchdown on the long pass play by the Wynnewood Savages. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Wynnewood back out in the swinging gate, now leading 12-6 with this 2-point conversion attempt to come. Quarterback's going to throw, tended out for the receiver. Again, I'll tell you what, it looked like he pushed off then too, but it is a they're gonna if they're gonna let him play, they're gonna have to.
They're gonna let him play. So.
Well, Coach Parker visibly upset with that.
Yeah, you could see the arms
Coach
extended
Parker's
on that one.
out on the field at this point.
So 2-point conversion attempt is now 14-6. Wynnewood leading. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Again, you can't get caught up in this at this point.
No, I mean you got to
playing the game.
You got to keep your head, right. Not get involved. I've seen a bunch of, chippiness from the other side. A lot of standing over guys and that kind of mentality, and you can't get caught up in that because it's always the second guy that gets caught. And let Coach Parker get out there and battle for you. Just go play your game.
And again, the important part here is what we talked about. So the guys that have done a lot of damage in this game so far, they're going to have to play every snap because of the numbers on the opposite side. So again, it's one of those things that you want to play your game and let the second half be your half.
To use the English teacher word, it's a war of attrition.
Yes.
They're going to get tired.
Yep.
Welcome.
We get ready for another King Surveying kickoff.
So Davis's third offensive possession of the ball game. Wynnewood leading 14-6 with 53 seconds to go in the first quarter.
You think see the onside again?
It wouldn't shock me. That's just kind of Wynnewood's really got not a lot to lose in this, but
looks like they are going to they're going to kick it deep. They came out in a offensive onside formation, kind of split out wide. Kind of squibs it on the ground there. It's going to be fielded. Let's see, that's number 28, Mitchell Garrison there is going to return it.
I don't want Stu running at me.
No, Stewie's not afraid to.
No.
He will not look to get away. He's going to go through you.
Kids are wrecking ball.
Yeah, and that's what he wants to do, so.
1st and 10 for the Wolves at the 38-yard line.
Call it the 37.
If you're Wynnewood right now, you got to kind of start protecting that backside because you don't want to see that guy get loose behind you again. But at the same time, Davis, man, we burned him deep now. Now we eat him up down the middle.
Traditional wishbone look this time by the Wolves. Again, nowhere going. We got beat up front that time.
Yep.
It's going to be a loss of 1 on that first down play.
22, Rance Digby on the carry.
Again, Wynnewood's got about 7 to 8 guys down in the box, so they're saying you're going to have to throw to beat us.
From the 36.
So we're going to have to stretch them out a little bit. 2nd and 11 after that 1-yard loss. Quarterback's going to keep on a follow this time.
Okay, so, all right. I think that would have worked, and it was at first. And then, because Brendan was lead blocking for Jake. And then once he got into the secondary and, the linebackers and everything, Brendan pulled up. He just, he's looking around. When he pulled up, they crashed in behind him. If he keeps that block going and just keeps down so they're watching him, I think Jake keeps going.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 now from the 39-yard line.
No, again, want to, go out and apologize to those commercial sponsors. Again, totally my fault. We were not able to play those this evening. Pittman Oil, Uptown Formal, Jones Jewelry, Vision Bank, Hilltop, and PT Central. Thank you for helping us. We will have your commercials back up and going this next week, and we'll get them out on our social media this coming week and get them airtime for you guys. Sincerely apologize. We couldn't do it without you.
So the Wolves facing a crucial 3rd and 9 here. I guess as crucial as you can be in the start of the second quarter, but again, big
That's
down.
fairly crucial.
You don't want to dig yourself into a hole, going into the second half. So definitely want to see it, pick up the first down here, and really take a long drive down the field and go punch one in.
Right.
3rd and 9, Wolves at the 39-yard line.
So and again, if you look at how many guys are right there in the around the line of scrimmage, they've got 9 guys at the line of scrimmage, and we're going to throw a little double move this time to 22. Nice catch by Rance Digby there.
I'll say his name that time.
Yeah, that was a good pass there by Jake. We kind of baited him into that deep throw and left a little bitty pocket there for Jake to throw it into.
I'll give credit to Rance. He was, he's taking off on his route. He knows who's in front, who's behind, and he ran at a good pace.
Yep.
Kind of, he slowed up a little bit, gave himself time to catch the ball. I'm going to hear all about it next week, but no, that was a good play.
But then took the hit and stayed
held on
to the ball.
He kept on going.
1st and 10 for the Wolves. Ball's on the ground. Got caught out of the air there. Wynnewood is able to, again, the ball pops out. Wynnewood's able to come up with the.
Okay, we got away with one right there, and we're going to have to cut that out.
No, I think they're calling it a fumble. They're saying Wynnewood.
No, not that. It was a little extracurricular.
Extracurricular afterwards.
Yeah.
So Wynnewood, after the fumble there, is going to take over on their own 44-yard line.
And I know everybody can see it's kind of shaking a little bit, but our camera's hooked to the stands, so it's going to move.
But we got a lovely guy who's going to help us out with that.
Yes.
Mr. Brandon Sapp.
Mr. Sapp.
Savage is going to run the option this time. He's going to keep it out on the
Get
edge.
him. I mean,
that time we played it the way we would.
Now we're going to throw a late flag.
Luke Linville kind of spearheading that deal.
Let's see what the flag is for.
I don't know if he's going to call a hold on the guy who was trying to lay the block or hold.
That's
okay,
exactly
good.
What all right. And Six just threw his helmet on the ground, so he should have to leave the field for this play.
We'll see if they enforce that.
He should have to.
Yep.
They are going to make him leave the field. Okay.
I'll give a quick shout to Juliana, who's doing a fine job. Because it's a little different, because she's looking across. Here in the press box at home, we got a little bit different setup, and she can't even see the field. So she's doing a great job.
So 1st and 25 at the 29-yard line for the Savages.
From the 29.
Wrap him up. There we go.
Still did a good job running there, though.
Hey, the whole team can tackle that kid. That's fine.
But you can tell they've kind of kept him in the pocket there, which is what we want to see, though. Make him stay in the pocket. 2nd 21 after that 4-yard gain. 10:30 to go in the first half. Wynnewood leading 14-6.
Gain of 4. Second and 21.
Another overload formation this time by the Savages. Oh, he's got a nice little lane.
He's
out on the edge.
There. Malachi White coming after him.
They are not going to catch him. That's going to be a touchdown.
He's gone. Just got a good lane outside and took off.
Nice job. And we said that he's an explosive runner, and he is. Got out on the edge there, kind of outrun the defense. Nice job by that young man picking up a touchdown on that long run. So just like that, Savages now lead 20-6, lined up for the 2-point conversion attempt. When you got an explosive offensive player like that, you know, it just takes one guy to miss, and he takes it to the house, and that's exactly what happened there.
Lobbing it up there again.
Able to come down 2-point conversion.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, he just juked and dropped the ball right in front of the referee, and we don't call that? Okay.
Well, okay, so, Brad, I know you said it. You could see the Caden Knight.
I don't know what happened. He was laying on the ground there for a few minutes.
I mean, he's kind of gimpy getting up, you know. I don't want to see anybody get hurt by any means. But, like you were saying, these kids are going to have to be able to play deep into that fourth quarter. So, Davis has got to stay in this fight. They really need to go take the next 10 minutes and go down and punch one in before halftime. You know,
sure.
with their game, we're gonna have to get tougher in the trenches, I think. You know, right now we're kind of getting beat up right there on the offensive side for sure. You know, but
so Wynnewood leading 22-6 after the 2-point conversion. Again, 12's done a nice job at just kind of going up for that jump ball. That time able to out jump to go to Carter.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to put somebody out there on him who's got some size.
Yep.
Because that kid's proved that he's just going to do that all night long.
Kind of just posted up on him.
Put Toops out there.
9
feet tall. He's doing it.
So 9:56 to go here in the first half. Again, this is a good time for the Wolves to kind of get some momentum back here.
Yep.
22-6, Wynnewood leading.
We get ready for the King surveying kickoff.
Back deep for the Wolves. Number 17, Seth Knapp. Number 1, Dakota Carter.
So Wynnewood coming out with that the onside kick formation, then spreading out wide. So they're ready to. Looks like it's going to be kind of a deep onside kick there. It's going to take a bounce, be fielded there by number 14, Tyson Moss. He's got a little bit of a lane at the 50, 45, 40. He's at the 35, gets down to about the 32.
All day.
Good job by Tyson Moss to see the open field.
I think he already had a couple steps before he caught the ball. So
you know, that's one thing that we've got a few players on Davis' side that'll make you pay if you give them that much speed or that much time to pick up speed and moving. And Tyson is definitely one of those kids.
So good field position this time for the Wolves at the Wynnewood 33-yard line. Nice return that time by Tyson Moss. Glad to see Tyson out there. You know, he's kind of battled an injury earlier in the year through the scrimmages and kind of coming back to it didn't look like he was injured there. Had a hamstring, I know, that was bothering him. So this time the Wolves are back in the flexbone look. Quarterback's going to run the option out on the edge. Ball is on the air. He catches on the bounce, but he's got some room to run. And that is a touchdown. And what an odd play.
Wow, Seth.
I don't know. That almost looks scripted, the way he kind of pushed it out in front of him. It was like, I'll pick it up in a minute.
Kind of looked like NFL
so ball
Street
kind of bounced out there. He caught it on the hop, is able to outrun everybody to the edge and punches it in.
It's almost like he said, hey, can I get a couple steps before I take this ball, please? And set it out there for himself. But he was able to pick it up and take off, and go score. So as much as I wanted to burn 10 minutes, how about 8 seconds?
Okay.
How about one play?
I mean, I'll take it.
Wolves line up in a 2-point conversion. Wishbone look this time for the Wolves. Quarterback's going to keep it and get out on the edge.
Jake.
He's going to try and run. No. He is unable to get it. Again, tried to catch the edge there, just unable to get it. They stop him at the 1. Just like that, it is now 22-12, Wynnewood.
Hey, well, the old thing, eat an elephant one bite at a time. We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, that play, yes, it sends a big momentum swing to Davis's side. But I think another thing it does is it puts Wynnewood on notice that we're not laying down. There's still a lot of ball game left to play, almost 3 full quarters left to go, because we've not gone very far to the second quarter.
No.
And Davis is not going to just roll over. They're going to keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting. And as we've said numerous times, there's a lot more red on this side than there is white jerseys on that side. So, that's going to become, your depth becomes a factor later in this game.
Our fans are still looking. We are no longer looking. We have a winner, Sherry Lyle. Winner of $50 cash and courtesy Vision Bank. We will have our next drawing at the next break.
So as we get ready to have a King Surveying Davis kickoff right here.
I like those better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Those are my favorite.
Better flavor.
Yes. What are they? Like Rocky Road, kind of.
Cookies and cream.
That's called Oreo bread.
I like that too.
He's not wrong. Still good though.
So here we go, 9:40 to go in the second quarter. Wynnewood leading 22-12. Lane Rawls back to kick for the Wolves. Deep directional kick, actually just a deep kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 25-yard line. Going to cut back against the field.
Go.
14, Tyson Moss in on the tackle. Nice job that time, bringing him down at the 30-yard line.
Tyson playing both ways on special teams.
Tyson Moss getting himself known tonight, making sure, hey, look, yeah, I've been battling an injury, but I'm back, and I'm ready to play ball. Shout out to Shane Moss running the time clock down there.
Who's down there?
Running the scoreboard down there. Shane used to do some of the camera work when the games used to be streamed, but graciously.
I think Shane was my first cameraman, just for myself and Pat Owensby when we did the broadcast maybe, I don't know, 8-9 years ago when we did it. It's been a while.
You're dating yourself there.
Yeah,
right?
I know, it's sad, isn't it?
Shout out to the cheerleaders slinging the red hots up into the stands.
So here we go, defense.
I'll take that.
Handoff goes to the up back that time. Played pretty well up front that time. Nothing going there.
Everybody jumping in on that one.
You got to – I'll give Wynnewood a little credit. All of their backs, whoever's carrying the ball, they've all got one thing in common. They don't stop.
No, and they're tough kids.
They're tough kids. Yeah. They're running the ball, and they keep pushing to get every yard they can. So I'm going to give them credit for that. And, because I'm sorry, when you're getting tackled by a pack of Wolves, that's tough.
I saw a bunch of kids getting a bunch of Davis Wolves, including we needed a hair kid.
Quarterback's going to drop back to pass here. Pass is just kind of going to lob it upfield.
Out of baby, Seth.
Seth Knapp in coverage, incomplete.
Almost kind of switched roles there a little bit. Yep. Seth became the receiver, and wide receiver had to play the defensive man.
Would kind of look like that play from earlier that he actually came down. We got called pass interference on, but 3rd and 7 now.
Well, if they're going to throw the ball, I foresee it a lot of the times going to that wide receiver.
Oh, yeah,
12.
he's a talented kid.
A talented kid. He's big. He's got size over everybody else. That's a tough.
Quarterback's going to run the option out on the edge. Going to be brought down for a loss.
Caught him as he came by.
Again, played the pitch man pretty well that time.
Number 6, Luke Linville.
Luke Linville out there. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 7, so it's maybe their first punt of the day.
Well, he was back there quick, too.
Yep.
Again, the Wolves trying to pull a 3 and out here and get the ball back. I like to see that right before 8 minutes to go before halftime. So Brendan Rawls back to return this punt.
4th and 7 for the 34.
Wynnewood at a 4th and 7 here. Let's see what we got here. We got a false start on the offense. Going to be moved back a couple yards.
They called it on the wide receiver out here.
That's rare.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, but
this is an arena. You can't run the yo-yo. Man, that'd be cool.
It's going to bring up a 4th and 12 now. Rawls back at the Davis 40-yard line, getting ready to field this.
12 from the 29.
Knighton also the punter here. So he's going to get quite a bit of work today. Oh, and it is blocked up front.
Yeah,
It's blocked up front. It's going to bounce off. A host of Davis Wolves are going to return it. It's going to be a touchdown.
Is that number 20? Oh, that's Lane Rawls.
Lane Rawls.
Wow, we'll take it. We'll take it all day.
you know, I'm going to say, yes, we get credit for the block, but I mean, he punted that ball low.
He did punt it
and
low.
it almost just ricocheted off of somebody's back.
Yeah.
And I don't know who blocked it. Did you guys see who got the block
I
itself?
think it was Mitchell Garrison that got inside and really kind of forced that play back and really took away the space for that punt to happen.
It took a funny little hop, and where it hopped, there was nothing but Davis guys there.
Yep.
So 22-18, Wolves line up to kick the, looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Again, that didn't take much time off the clock.
No.
Parker drops back to pass. Pass is intended for 45. He's going to throw back against the field. It is a completion.
There we go.
Trey Melton with the completion on the back end there. Again, the intended receiver was going to be Spencer Clinton. He was covered, so they caught the crossing.
Shout out to Trey for continuing his route across that field. And Jake really with the field vision to be able to see him coming and know that he could throw it in that back side of that end zone and catch Trey.
The name of the game on that one's patience.
Yeah,
and you got to have it. But to have patience, you got to have blocking. And every one of them was up there holding their man, not holding, but keeping everybody from getting back there because holding is bad.
So after the touchdown and two-point conversion play, it's now 22-20 Wynnewood. 7:43 to go in the first half.
You know, 2 minutes come off the clock, and all of a sudden, you know, this went from a 2-score game to a 2-point game.
Yep.
I mean, this can happen fast.
And so far it's happened with Davis having one offensive play during that period of time.
Yeah.
Scored 2 touchdowns on one offensive play.
Yeah.
The other one was a blocked punt for a touchdown and then a one-play touchdown drive.
I think if Davis goes and puts a stop out here now, you know, then all of a sudden Wynnewood – I think is going to kind of be on their heels. You know, I think momentum's obviously swung our way for quite a bit, but you definitely got to think that they got to be on their heels coming out of the second half if we can go hold them right here.
Davis will get the second half kickoff, so we'll get the ball coming out of halftime. Let's see if we can get a stop here, keep the momentum going into halftime.
So we get ready for another Davis King surveying kickoff.
Again, 22-20, Wynnewood leading with 7:43 to go in the first half. Been a fun first half. 2 good teams out there playing this evening.
It has. It's been a really good first half. I've enjoyed watching it. A little excitement. Definitely things we need to clean up a little bit, but you know, we're only down 2 in this ball game, so.
Deep directional kick to the right-hand side. Nobody's even around it. That ball's a live ball. Davis has recovered it. Completely fooled Wynnewood guy. I don't think he knew where the ball was going.
I think he thought it was going deep over his head, and it really landed about 2 feet behind him.
Yep.
And I believe that was, I don't know if that was Spencer or Wyatt. Number 44, Wyatt Fielding.
Dang it, I missed something cool. I was doing something.
He basically went from blocking the guy to like, I'm getting that ball. And
recovers that deep onside kick. So the Wolves again are in Wynnewood side of the field at the 40-yard line after that deep onside kick.
Way to go, Bradley Fielding. Good job.
You're going to hear about that.
I will.
That's a big kid to be coming after me, too. I wouldn't be messing with him.
Wolves back out in the flex bone look here. Handoff goes straight up the middle. He's got room to run.
Go, Lane.
That's going to be another one-play touchdown. Just like that. Lane Rawls on a touchdown.
So just like that, 2 offensive plays, and Davis now has gone up 26 with a chance to be 27, 28, 22. And Wynnewood already looks like they're hanging their heads.
The line playing great. Lane ran well. Out here on the end, though, he's coming around. Dalton Heffley, one hand out, palmed on, no holding, but kept that kid at arm's length so that he's not getting around to get back at Lane. So, and, hey, look, people.
Wolves now lead 26-22. They are going to go for 2 here. 7:34 to go. Again, no time has went off that clock. We've got a timeout. The Wolves are going to call a timeout. That's a Lonnie Tapechi at Pebbles Real Estate timeout.
And are we gonna take a little break,
We'll take just a second. We'll be back. So we are back. Wolves to go for 2 here, leading now 26-22 with 7:34 to go.
Brad, was that a timeout?
It was. I
we
even
did
called
say
it.
we said it.
Okay.
Yeah,
we got it.
We even gave Lonnie her due
Lonnie,
on
her
that
due.
one.
Okay.
We'll do it again, Lonnie Tapechi. Thank you, Pebbles Real Estate.
For that timeout.
Yes.
Flex bone look this time on this 2-point conversion. It looks like
they're gonna
Wynnewood
get
just
the
jumped
draw.
off sides. Again, it's going to be a little bit closer now. Again, got to take advantage of this. Again, I don't think we can say it enough. 2 offensive plays for 3 touchdowns there for the Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, 2 offensive runs. One, the fumble and recovered and returned for a touchdown, and then Lane with a big run, and almost untouched. Other big plays in there were the Lane Rawls punt block and recovery for a touchdown.
Wishbone look, quarterback is going to keep it. Let's see. I think he is in.
All right,
and it is good.
Yep.
So blocked by
Stu, but recovered
Garrison.
by Lane Rawls for the touchdown.
And then
the
Wyatt Fielding.
Bradley Fielding on the recovery of the onside kick, and which led to the Lane Rawls run. So, and real quick, Brad, I said it was my favorite. I love the Davis King survey and kickoff. This is our 3rd one, real fast.
I like it.
So, I'll keep saying that all night long.
So 28-22 now. The Wolves leading after that touchdown and 2-point conversion. I thought it was 30.
At the beginning of this quarter, wasn't it? We were at 6, and now we're up by 6.
Yes, yeah, it was 20. Or excuse me, at the start of this quarter, it was 14-6. Going, as we began this quarter. Now 28-22, and I don't think anybody would have told you that this game would most definitely be a shootout.
No.
I seeing what Wynnewood has done, I knew that they were explosive offensively. I didn't know if we would be explosive offensively because we've kind of been a very ball control offense through the first 2 games.
I think not just offensively because, like we said, we've only run 2 offensive plays and put up 3 scores. Offensively, and just all over the field, we've got a little explosiveness and little oomph in our step. And I'm going to give a shout-out. The band's been great. The cheerleaders have been great. Everybody. But the fans, they were up. They were cheering. They were yelling. And that got the boys hyped up, and that's what needs to keep happening the rest of this game.
Good crowd tonight.
Good crowd.
All along the fence, it is jam-packed with people.
I will shout out our student section again with our kind of chief of the student section, Lawton Hammer, kind of whipping that up. Also, we've got Karen McCaskill's kind of taking on that as well, so they're doing a really good job down there.
So Rawls to kick, deep onside kick again. This one's going to be hit about the 40-yard line. Again, he's a little slow to get the ball.
I don't know if he thought it was just going to continue to bounce towards him or what, but
and Wyatt was coming again. He was right there.
And correct me about that was Lane kicking, right?
That was Lane.
Okay, so Lane's got this notorious, like, almost pitching wedge backspin to these kicks, which is
heavy.
And so it's really kind of put a question mark in these returners' hands because they think it's just going to keep coming and it stops.
He hits a sweet lob wedge every game.
Yeah.
So Wynnewood now with the ball at their own 41-yard line, 7:33 to go in the first half. Davis now leading 28-22. Ooh, quarterback's going to keep. I'll tell you what.
Oh, man.
Boy, he got hit that time.
He got lit up.
He's a little slow getting up.
Rawls brothers getting hyped up there.
Loss of about 5 yards on that, 4 yards it looks like. Tyson Moss in on that play.
Shout out to the 270 people we have watching now.
Yeah, I saw that.
28-22, Wolves leading, 7:01 to go in the first half. Savages facing a 2nd and 15 from the 37-yard line. Quarterback's going to roll back. He does a throwback.
We're going to false start on the far side over there.
Yep.
I'll take
that.
Bring
him back 5. Again, a nice play design. The attempt was going to be flow everybody to the right, throw back to the left where 12 was at. Again, kind of one-on-one on man coverage there.
One-on-one, but I did see Luke Linville making his way that way.
Yep.
Mr. Morse, I don't know if you let this slip earlier. Did you call him Double L?
No, I did not.
Double L, I like it.
I did not.
Somebody I thought said that earlier.
Let's start calling him Double L. I like that nickname. That's a good one for him.
It's not bad.
It's not terrible.
It's not bad. We'll see.
2nd and 20 after that false start. Ball at the 31-yard line. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass again, looking to throw the ball. Got rolling out, trying to make something out of what's not there right now. He's going to tuck and run. He's up in there. He's got some room to run. He is still going. He's going to pick up the first down and some. Got a block downfield.
Oh, my gosh.
That is a touchdown right there. Nice run. Oh, there is a flag.
He made 13 people miss because he ran by a couple of them twice.
That touchdown looks like it is going to come back. Let's see where it's at. See what the call is here. Block in the back on the offense, so it's going to come back. So
both crowds making their opinions known on that call right there. Somebody playing the reverse sound there. The backup beeper
on a clarinet.
So that's 2nd and 20 again. That young man did a lot of that by himself right there. Great job. Unfortunately, it's going to come back based off the penalty.
And really,
fortunately, depending on who you're rooting for.
Really put it on. I mean, he's going to lose about a yard in total. So it'll just be 2nd and.
Let's see where they mark it. It's at the 29-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah.
And again, he did a great job. He had lots of pressure in the pocket. Gets out of there and just kind of gets out in the open field. Makes a bunch of guys miss. Ball at the 29-yard line. 2nd down again. Quarterback's going to roll back. He's going to try
him up that time.
This time. Let's see. Oh, they still almost broke out of him. He's going to get dropped for a loss there.
Held on to him long enough that it allowed some other teammates to get there and corral him. You just cannot let him get a couple of steps, because if he gets a couple of steps, he's going to make some people miss.
So another loss now. It's going to bring up I'll tell you what, it is 3rd down at the 25-yard line.
Back to the 24, loss of 5.
Another loss of 5 on that play. Third down now for third and long is an understatement. This is a long one. And again, we just saw him break off a 2nd and long. So let's see if we can play some good defense and get off the field here. About 5 minutes left here in the first half.
Looks like it's going to be a Wynnewood timeout.
That's a Lonnie Tepechi Pebbles Real Estate timeout.
Lonnie Tepechi Pebbles Real Estate timeout. And with that said, we're going to mute ourselves. We're going to stay on the action, though. We'll be right back in just a second.
Winning ticket number 399. 6-2.
So we are back, 5:11 to go in the first half. Wolves currently leading 28-22. Wynnewood Savages facing a 3rd and long from their own, it looks like about the 24-yard line. Again, I think a second ago I said Lonnie Tepechi with Tepechi Real Estate. I should have said Lonnie Tepechi with Pebbles Real Estate, so I apologize about that. Pebbles and family.
This is amateur hour, ladies and gentlemen.
We knew that when it started, right?
Well, we know what we're doing. I'm a professional.
Quarterback drops back to pass. He's going to throw it. Ooh, just goes over the top. Nice job that time. Again, double coverage, just able to out-jump the 2 defenders. Comes down with the first down.
But, I mean, he's a head taller.
Yeah.
And
he's not a short guy by any means.
No. Quote,
I mean, he's
to quote something very nerdy, you can't teach that.
No.
And so,
well, I mean, he's a head taller than Luke. You know, and Luke's not short.
I think Luke got over there a little late. I think he could have helped. Got over a little bit late on that one. And again, it's a long throw downfield, just kind of a jump ball. There is able to come up with. He picks up the first down. Wynnewood now with 1st and 10 at the Davis 38-yard line. Quarterback's going to keep again here. He's going to be hit by number 30, Brendan Rawls, after a short gain.
Trey Melton going in for Luke. Brendan coming off. I think Lane went in for Brendan. Rance Digby, I believe. I'm sorry.
Again, I think the game plan has became fairly obvious here in that they're going to try and go to 12 as much as they can because they feel like they have a mismatch there, and we'll see if we can continue to kind of fight through that. Quarterback's going to try and get it out on the edge. Played pretty well by the defense that time.
Yeah, good stop.
Yeah, it didn't let him get to the edge. Forced him back inside into the
heart of the defense.
Yeah, I mean into the construction zone, so to speak, and slowed him down enough for the rest of the team to get in there and make the tackle.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6. Ball at what looks like the 34-yard line, perhaps.
Sure, we'll go with that.
3rd and 6 from the 34.
So this time it looks like they've got Knapp kind of lined up over 17. So they've got him at that outside linebacker where he can be out in coverage. Quarterback's going to run the option. He's going to keep. It's going to be short of the first down.
Yep.
Short gain that time.
Man,
I feel like they're going for it on this one.
Oh, I think there's no doubt that they will. Again, looks like no gain or maybe a gain of 1 on that play. He's going to bring up a 4th and about 5, 4th and 6.
I would love to see somebody, if you watch Knighton real close, he gets tackled and starts to go down, and he likes to take that ball one-armed and stretch it out.
Yeah, sure he does.
Man,
just punch that ball out of there.
Big 4th down here. 2:52 to go here in the first half.
282. That's a lot of people.
Savages looking to take a first half lead. Quarterback's going to keep.
Wrap him
Could be
up.
stretching. Oh, he puts the ball on the ground.
Get that.
So quarterback is going
Shut
to
him
try.
down. There we go.
So quarterback was going down, kind of just threw the ball backwards, and they actually lose yardage in that play.
And I get you want to. It's against Davis. You want to go take that down.
Quarterback is very he's not getting up the best either at this point. He got some pretty good hits put on him.
But, I mean, It doesn't matter what team you're on.
And
Go to the ground.
And I'll tell you what, that actually really hurt Wynnewood because it gave Davis an extra 15 yards. So Davis now takes over on, if he just would have went down where he was at.
I mean, they are starting on the Wynnewood side of the field right now.
So 2:30 to go. Wolves at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff this time goes on a little misdirection to 24. Lane Rawls gets down to about the 40-yard line.
Hammer out there on the blocking the mountain man, Mason Tomlinson.
With
that
he's
Kentucky waterfall.
He's got an awesome Kentucky waterfall, no doubt about it.
He's trying to live up to that number 56, luxurious locks. So give him credit for that one.
Yep.
Otherwise known as Billy Ray Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Looked like a little bit of a busted play there. Jake just kind of tucks it, picks up a couple. All right, actually just about one. Going to be a timeout.
Timeout. That's
Lonnie Topeci with Pebbles Real Estate.
Timeout. Minute 45 to go in the first half. Wolves leading 28-22.
I said that, and I had to stop and go, did I say that right?
No, I think I'm the one that screwed it up earlier. So
Brad screwed it up.
I'm pretty sure
I heard it happen.
Lonnie Topeci with Pebbles Real Estate. Thank you for sponsoring what we do. This is brought to you by WOLF The Howl Media Group. All high school students. We're just the talking heads that get a
GNP show, Ground and Pound. Don't forget
Ground and Pound Wishbone. So we just get the kid on here and talk and everything. All the kids do all the hard work, prepping for everything. Be sure and go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to all our social medias. We've got a big interview coming up on October 4th.
That's right.
That we're going to be announcing fairly soon. Super look forward to that. Special reporter for that one.
Can you tell me who it is? I won't tell anybody.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, never mind. It's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah. Looking forward to that. It's going to be a big interview.
Yeah,
it's
a big get. It's a good
our
one.
biggest one to date. So as far as who the person is, and we've got some other things in the works on social media that we've talked to people, maybe a baseball team down in the Georgia area.
Cool. Wolves facing a 3rd and 2 from the 39-yard line. Handoff's going to go to 24 Lane Rawls, and he is going to be marked. Boy, I think they're going to mark him short of the first down. Let's see where they mark him.
I'm real close.
I'm the one that said I was conservative earlier. Go for it.
Yep, there we go.
Oh,
Fourth and 1. That clock continues to roll, so let's go quick here.
I wouldn't be surprised if we eat up this whole clock right here, but I'd love to see him go for it.
We are going to go for it.
Bringing the house, so
quarterback's going to keep. I'll tell you what, he is. Let's see where they mark it.
I don't know where they're going to mark him because
I don't either. I think the ball came out is what I think happened also. I don't know who's going to come up with the ball, but like I said, I think there was a fumble on that play.
I'm going to say it's Davis's ball still.
It's Davis' ball, and I think if they mark it where it's at, there's going to be a first down. There's a meeting down. Nope, they already say it's Wynnewood. So, again, I think the ball came loose. I don't know who came down with it. Again, it looked like if the quarterback
got a
did
flag
that.
there.
There's a late flag. I want to see what that one was.
I feel like that might have been somebody talking.
Sideline against the Wolves.
Coach Parker.
He's going to go out on the field and see exactly what this is.
Yeah, and we want to remind everybody, if you're watching or if you're here at the ball game, doesn't matter, through all sports, OSSA, with the new rules this year, you got fans can be
kicked out. I mean,
you can be kicked out. You can be you can get your team a penalty and potentially 2 egregious violations. You actually get your team suspended for that year. So be mindful of that, please.
That's a sad note. Thank you to all the Wynnewood fans watching, all our Davis Wolf fans. We are at 3:03 watching the live stream right now.
I believe that's pretty close to our record for a Friday night game. I know we got really close up there, Millwood.
Yeah.
That's playoffs game. This is a regular
season game.
We're even pre-districts.
Yeah. So flag's going to be waved off. Wynnewood's going to take over at the 37-yard line. So, again, a minute 13 to go.
So that flag was waved off, you said, Brad?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, interesting. You typically don't see a sideline warning get waved off like that, but okay. Looks like he's going to go have a chat with the
Wynnewood coach.
Wynnewood coach. Shout out to our amazing information statistician, Mr. Boyd Fulton.
Yeah, exactly. We
have not mentioned him tonight.
We tried to last week. I don't know if it was.
We used all of Boyd's statistics in the first half, so I appreciate that, Boyd.
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't get all that information out to the rest of the world without that coming from Boyd Fulton, so thank you to that.
1st and 10 for the Savages. Handoff's going to go to the tailback here. He's not going to have a whole lot of running room. Again, a little over a minute to go here in the first half. Wolves leading 28-22.
So I do have some people trying to guess at our special interview. One I just got is not our special interview, but potentially somebody we're going to be doing some stuff with here pretty soon. So
quarterback's going to keep. Again, not a whole lot. Very conservative here by Wynnewood. I think they're willing to go in at half, trailing 28-22. And again, they played a good first half. Other than that, what about? It seems like again there wasn't very much time off the clock there, but that 3-play series there.
Yeah, I mean a very small amount of time, maybe a couple of minutes at the most, came off the clock during that time.
Overall, they've played the run pretty well. Quarterback's kind of intended to downfield for 12.
Nope, that's on the ground. He didn't catch that.
That was almost picked off by Malachi White.
Oh, and he bounced his face off the turf, so that didn't feel good.
Fortunately, we hope that young man is not hurt. He's
And I want to make sure that everybody we've got a pretty good shot of what happened there from this angle. Malachi White did not.
He didn't touch him.
It did not hit.
No, he kind of undershot him trying to catch the ball.
Yeah, he was actually
the interception.
He had turned his body to go, and
there was no contact between the defense and the receiver on that one.
Get up. Walking a little gingerly, but under his own power, so we like that.
I think he's got to go to the sideline here. He's making his way that direction.
Looks like they're going to burn a timeout here.
It's going to be 4th down, so they're going to have to either, again, there's only 21 seconds, so they can either run 21 seconds off the clock here and just kind of run around, or they can punt it and get rid of it and give us one attempt to return to punt.
I'm okay either way. Caden Knightons has been their punter. The one time they've punted earlier in this game.
That was the block punt.
It was the block punt, so I'm not opposed to another one.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Stewie get back up there, close that gap again, and I don't care whose hands it lands in. Let's take it to the house again.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to our cheerleaders down there.
Yeah. I think you're
biased,
one.
I always,
you're a little biased.
I like to watch the cheerleaders. My daughter's one of them. So
your daughter is one of them. Shout out to the band.
That's exactly right.
My daughter's down there with the band.
I don't know about you. I enjoyed listening to them playing on the way into the stadium. That's always a cool tradition where they're marching on the way in.
Marching on the way in.
Yep, that's cool.
Want to wish them good luck as they go to their first competition on Monday at the State Fair.
That's awesome.
They go to the parade competition. So.
Also, hey, this weekend we
junior
high.
We have our first middle school esports competition with people other than your son.
That's right. I'm looking forward to watching some of that.
So the kids coming to play, but your kids are actually going to go. The junior high going to make the trip with the high school on Tuesday to Lawton to go compete against.
Baby Bentley traveling.
Baby Bentley is traveling.
Yay.
There you go. That's bite-sized Bentley, by the way.
Bite-sized
wow.
Bentley.
Yeah, that is officially his name from now until the time he
Hey,
graduates.
his esports jersey might have it on it.
That's awesome.
That was dope.
Was a different punter this time.
And that one went straight up. Nice bounce, so it's going to bounce and roll to about the 32-yard line. Wolves will have the ball at 11 seconds, so I've got a feeling what we're about to see here.
I mean, Coach Parker's going to kneel on that one.
This one's going to be the maybe we'll be proven wrong here. Who knows? But
I like that. I want to be proven wrong.
Little sneaky wide receiver down the sideline on the fake kneel.
Yep.
Trey Milton.
Hey, Trey's had a good game.
Trey has had.
Trey's had a good first half.
Yeah, absolutely been involved. I think there's been plays made by guys who, typically haven't been those star guys.
Or maybe haven't had that opportunity yet. And he took advantage of it.
Tonight they're showing that they're ready to play with everybody.
little victory formation or take a knee there when we
Right,
go into
this is
halftime.
a halftime
I like
formation.
it's early victory formation.
It's a halftime victory. We won that second quarter handily.
Yeah.
I think we were down 14-6 starting that second quarter, going into halftime up 28-22, getting the ball to start the second half.
Trailed 22-6 for a while also.
Yeah, I mean, literally the full momentum has swung Davis's way. The crowd's behind them, the fans and everybody are behind
We get
him.
the ball at half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I look forward to an eventful second half.
So we are at halftime. We will be back as soon as this is over. You're listening to the House broadcast of the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. Brad Bentley, Jared Morris, and Bobby Alexander will be back.
Look on page 4. Look at the Uptown formal wear ad. So what did it say? They do weigh $45 for Ladies and gentlemen, the prince, right in the arbuckles, the Davis High School Marching Blues Band. 24. Again, that's on page 8.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for the second half of the Davis Wolves versus the Wynnewood Savages game.
Number 24.
2:31 to go before the second half here, Bobby. What would you like to see happen here in the second half?
You know, we were kind of talking about this off the air just a second ago. You know, you take away Seth's big run, Rawls' big run there. Even though we swung from 22-6 to 28-6 in that second quarter. 22-6, excuse me, to 28-22. You know, I definitely would like to see us run the ball a little bit better in the second half.
Yeah, we struck. Other than you know, we were explosive there, and we had some big plays.
We had some big plays,
but you know, I would have liked to have seen us. What I think we still need to work on is when we have to run the ball, which there's going to be a 3rd and 1. There's going to be a 4th and goal. You know, I don't think we've ran the ball very well in those situational plays, right?
Yeah,
this game.
Absolutely. And there's a couple other things I'll say. I don't. One thing we don't know whether the ball ended up on the ground on that 4th and 1 or whatever. But I want to see. We did see the fumble when Seth scored.
Sure.
Yes, it turned out okay, but I don't want to see the ball get loose on the ground unless we're on the opposite side of that. And then the second thing is obviously emotions are big here.
Sure they are. You bet.
You know, so I want to see our guys keep level heads. There's a lot of chippiness. Wynnewood definitely wants to prove themselves against this Davis team.
Well, there were a lot of kids celebrating after the first corner.
Yeah, and you can't blame them for being hyped up and being up. You know, but
I like the excitement. I would actually like to see more of that on our side.
Yeah, absolutely. But they keep a pretty tight leash on that.
They do.
On this side.
Sure.
You know, so
a little bit more of a stoic approach.
Yeah, but I definitely want to see cooler heads prevail as far as not getting tied up into that, you know, pushing and shoving it after the play. You know, do your talking during the play with your play, not with your mouth or anything like that after the play. That's kind of what I would say.
And we're gonna have to score some points.
Yeah,
Wynnewood is not going to end with 22 points.
No,
they're an explosive offense.
Yeah, they are. You know, the big thing is you see, you can kind of look over at their sideline. You see a couple guys kind of stretching out. Can't quite catch their numbers from all the way over here.
One of them is 12, and that young man's had a great game against us.
He
6'4" senior out at receiver for them.
You know, but we've talked about it numerous times thus far already. It's a very short depth chart on that opposite side of the field. So that may come into play later in this game.
Yeah, I believe that's 12 is Adam Fields, it looks like, is his number, or his name.
We had some general discussion. We think he's a junior.
No, he's a senior.
Oh, he's a senior. Okay.
If the roster's correct, that's what we've got.
All right.
You don't know Brad.
You're probably right.
So, man, Brad, I spent the kind of all of half trying to look for some decent some ball games, you know, out there.
Some scores?
Atoka in our district, they're up right now 36-8 on Antlers.
How about Sulphur? I looked for Sulphur's
I have not found
find anything.
Yeah,
I don't know who they play
this
week.
They are not playing this week. That's my fault. Yeah, they took the week off. They were supposed to go down to Whitesboro, but they had the passing of their late Coach Dixon.
Makes sense. You know, prayers go out to the Dixon family.
Absolutely.
Great family, good people.
Been around this part of the country forever.
Yep.
And a big part of the football nation around here. So shout out to
you know,
Sulphur.
All the Davis fans are cheering for the Dixon family, and again, hate that happened. You know, that coach touched a lot of young men's lives over the time he was there. So here we go. The Wolves will receive this second half kick.
Is this King kickoff?
This is a King Surveying kickoff.
King Surveying kickoff.
You're welcome.
Thank you for throwing that out there.
Hey,
I appreciate that.
I'm just here to help you, Bobby.
Shane King of King Surveying appreciates that.
I'm sure he does. Shout out to Shane King.
Who has 2 children in media.
He does. That poor man.
Yes.
Shout out to
directional onside kick is going to be caught that time by number 28, Mitchell Garrison. Now Spencer Clinton, the
polecat,
was he kind of waved for a fair catch there, so I think that's going to be blown dead wherever he caught the ball.
But he didn't catch the ball.
I know he was helping call for a fair catch.
Yeah. So, but
I didn't know you could call for a fair catch when you weren't the one catching the ball.
yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
But you said talking about Shane King's 2 kids. Shout out to Jace and Jasa who helped out today when we were in a time of need, trying to get things ready for tonight's football game. So we appreciate them.
So the Wolves with 1st and 10 now from the 31-yard line, their own 31. Oh,
whoa, go, Lane.
Rawls up in the open field on that one-step play. It's at the 40, 35-30.
Lane found a seam, and he took off.
Again, not touched until he got to the second level there. Not very well blocked up front.
And I like, so, we talk about Lane being the hammer, and he'll go through a line. I like it when Lane is in open field because nobody takes a shorter stride faster than that guy.
No.
I mean, he looks like a piston going, he's gone.
So Rawl takes the handoff at his own 31, gets the ball all the way down to the Wynnewood 30-yard line. So
we wanted to see us run the ball. We wanted to see us get physical up front. That's exactly what happened on that play.
1st and 10 again for the Wolves.
Got him to bite.
Drew him offside here.
That's a Davis specialty.
Yeah, it's still even as long as I've watched Davis, it amazes me their ability to do that because you know it's coming in certain situations.
Oh yeah, it's guaranteed.
The hard count it's almost as traditional here as the wishbone. And still teams fall for it all the time.
You had to say the W word.
I like the wishbone word. It's great.
I know you do, you weirdos.
Handoff goes to Brendan Rawls. He's out in the open.
Oh,
It's gonna be a
Brendan.
touchdown.
There we go.
Just
Hey,
like that,
I'll start a
25-yard
half like that
touchdown
every
run.
time.
Yeah. That starts the glass tapping in the second half. Rawls going in for the run. But basically, the Rawls brothers handling that drive
That's
down
exactly
the field.
right. Again, that was not a long series.
No.
No, but I think that play,
Two-play touchdown drive that started at their own 30-yard line.
We wanted to run the ball better, and you can't run it much better than 2 plays getting down the field.
Extra point is up, and it is no good. Davis now leading 34-22 with 11:11 going the third quarter.
Shout out to number 43, Maverick Alexander, on the snap, though.
He did a wonderful job.
It was majestical.
I heard you guys discussing.
We were discussing snap technique today.
Snap technique.
And Bobby was just sitting there like, what? What are you talking about? I thought you just moved the ball backwards. No, it's an art form, Bobby.
Oh, Bobby, that's disappointing.
It wasn't allowed to play football in high school.
And now we got you on the broadcast. But other than that, it's great.
Yeah, my mom may be at home watching, and I will still say she did not allow me to play, but that's okay.
Bobby got golf club.
I did, and I own them.
There you go.
I own the course when I go out there, so that's okay.
So it was well worth it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I like that one. Just kidding. That was my daughter getting
Yeah.
it. Not that I'm some weirdo cheering for one cheerleader. That was my daughter cheerleader.
Okay, Brad.
Yep, there we go.
I'm sorry. I was reading
11-11
I was reading a message. I don't even know what the awkward silence was.
No, you're fine. It was awkward. That's every bit of it.
I apparently contributed to it, and I didn't even know what was going on. So
It's Brad's fault.
we get ready for another Davis King Surveying kickoff.
That's quite the mouthful. King Surveying.
Man, I feel like our sponsors are just becoming more and more.
Thanks, Shane.
Yep.
So Lane rolls back to kickoff here.
Not to play the golf reference a little bit, but we're going to see the pitch and wedge right here.
Oh, yeah. It's coming. It's a lob.
It might be
from the bunker.
Yep.
Kicking off for the Wolves, number 24, Lane Rawls.
24 deep onside kick's going to be fair caught at the
more of a pitch.
32-yard line.
Yeah, it was more of a pitch.
Yeah.
Maybe a 9.
Yeah, it's too short.
Too high.
Yeah.
Wynnewood will take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Wynnewood at the 33.
33-yard line, their own 33.
Golf Talk brought to you.
So I want to say, you know, we've talked about the sidelines and the depth chart and everything else. One thing that I don't think we've talked enough about tonight is I see, you know, our manager, Denton Bumgarner, down there, but the only one in street clothes player is Dalton Johnson. Everybody else seemingly healthy at the moment. Hopefully that continues throughout this season.
Oh, knock on wood, Bobby. Don't go jinxing us now. Quarterback's going to get out on the
edge.
We
got to wrap him up. Well, and there it is again. And Bobby talked about it last half. When Knighton is being pulled back, that arm shoots out.
Yeah, he
slap that ball. Get it out.
He tries to reach out and stretch that ball out a little bit. Man, punch it out.
That time he kind of lowered the shoulder and dropped the boom on the hammer there. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. Second down and 5 after that first down run. Quarterback's going to keep. Oh, had a chance to get him in the backfield. He's able to break out of a couple tackles. Got some room to.
Oh, no.
He's out in open field.
Get there, Dakota. Get there, Dakota. Cut him off. There you go. Oh.
Nice run that time. I'll tell you what, a couple guys had a.
Dakota Carter grabbed hold and hung on.
There is a flag down in the backfield, so.
And we got a wolf down. That's number 14, Tyson Moss. Looks like a cramp.
Okay, it looks like a cramp. Okay, I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, you made me real nervous.
I was really sweating. I was fixing to just go to the car. Couple of flags on the field.
But, I mean, until the play comes back, Dakota Carter got out here, and he's not bigger than that quarterback. He just latched on like a pit bull and just
quarterback tried
to
run him over, too.
Yeah, and he wasn't given.
Penalty is on. Penalty, it looks like it's going to be on Wynnewood. So that touchdown's going to get called back here.
Trying to see who. Tyson Moss.
Able to run off the field on his own, which is always a good sign. So let's see what we got going on here.
They're talking about, you know, I'm assuming maybe which penalty.
Yep. So there were two different flags thrown. Let's see what we got here. Now, I don't know if they're calling offsetting penalties, I think is what's going on.
That's kind of what it looked like a minute ago because he signaled both ways.
They are going to mark off some yardage against Davis, so they.
Well, they put the ball down.
So the touchdown is, or not touchdown, but the long run is going to get called back. It does look like it's going to be short of the first down where this penalty is going to be marked off. So 10:26 to go in the third quarter. Wolves leading 34-22. Okay, so they are going to mark it as a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Savages at the 43-yard line.
Did we ever know, like, exactly what they called there?
I didn't see what the call was out on the field.
I saw Coach Parker. He was visually upset with a couple of our guys, you know, maybe for stuff said on the field. Or
quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to lob downfield.
Get in there. Yes!
There we go. Throws into double coverage.
Yeah, that's coverage, buddy.
Well, 12 is upset that the flag wasn't called. I didn't see
that's because Trey Melton was in his grill.
Well, you know, he went up and just knocked it down.
And Trey did what he could do. He's not going to match that guy for height, but he went up as high as he could go.
Now there is a penalty back in the backfield, so
that might be roughing the passer. It's either roughing the passer or it is holding, depending on. It's right at the line of scrimmage. They are going to call roughing the passer on the Wolves.
There's a flag down on the plate.
Ball's going to be marked at about the 48-yard line. It's going to be a...
I'm still proud of Trey.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was an amazing play.
Guess they're going to still first down is what they've got it marked as. First and about 7. First and 7, first and 6. From the 48-yard line, so right at midfield for the Savages now.
Coach Parker's kind of upset because that wide receiver, number 12, Fields on the last play. Obviously,
he was making noise,
making a lot of noise and signaling for a flag, and not getting anything uncalled on, called on him. Not good. So
he also took his helmet off at the end of the play.
Yeah.
So again, which should make that young man have to sit down.
Now he's not on the field right now. So,
but now that with the timeout, I believe he can come back onto the field right now.
I think that's right.
It is a Lonnie Tepechi with Pebbles Real Estate football timeout. We appreciate all the sponsorships
Thanks,
we have.
Lonnie.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Again, on that, the pass defense on that, I didn't see any contact. Again, he went over the top of it.
No,
but I did not see interference.
Making a play for the ball is completely different than just being on top of your receiver.
That's exactly right. Or holding the receiver. From, keeping him from being able to make a play.
Yeah, he was absolutely going for the ball. And when I say going for the ball, he wasn't trying to catch the ball. He was just trying to knock it down, which is exactly what he should have been doing.
Again, good job that time of you could tell that the defense had made it a point that they weren't going to let 12 get over the top on him.
Right.
Two guys actually behind him, both him and Linville back there in coverage.
And I don't know whether, be it Knighton was tired or whatever, but it seemed like he didn't quite get as much underneath that ball as he wanted to.
Yep.
And it kind of floated and hung up in there and allowed those Wolves to go try to make that play.
So 1st and 5 for the Savages at the 48-yard line. Handoff's going to go to the tailback this time. He's going to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Gain of about 3 on that run.
Number 1, Caden Knighton on the carry. It's outside the 45-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now for the Savages on the Davis side of the field at the 46-yard line.
Gain of 6. Picks up the first down for Wynnewood.
Seems like this third quarter has been going for about 3 hours.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a long one,
Still got 9 whole minutes in the third quarter. Quarterback's going to keep looking get out on the edge.
Get there, Jackson.
Jackson Bonner out to make some contact. Quarterback's going to slide down just short of the first down. Nice gain that time, about 8 on that first down play.
Man, they're marking him a lot further back than I thought they would.
Oh, they are. I thought maybe I guess he slid further and he did, or he didn't get a good spot. But gain of about 6, it looks like, on that run, maybe 7. Ball at the 39-yard line. Bring up a 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Another flag. I think we've got a false start again there.
Flag down on the play. Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure is going to back up Wynnewood.
We'll take it.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 after that penalty. It's going to be brought back to the 43, 44-yard line, right in that ballpark. Wynnewood has really spent a lot of time in the pistol here in the second half, and that's what they're going to come back out in here. You got a little more flexibility as far as your vertical routes from the pistol. Handoff this time goes to number 27 again. I believe that young man is also a Knighton. I don't know if he is a cousin or a brother for the quarterback there. But
I believe they're brothers.
27 is Derek Fields.
Okay.
Oh, Derek Fields.
Oh, never mind then. I got the wrong young man. Maybe it's 26 that I was thinking of, I guess, then.
I know there is a Knighton brother.
There is not a 26.
Nope. Okay.
Brad's making people up.
I am. Okay. Well, there we go. Well, Derek Fields, sorry I named you somebody else there. So here we go, back in the pistol formation, trips formation to the near side of the field. Quarterback's going to roll out, looking to throw the ball downfield. He's going to tuck it and go. He's got some room to run. Going to go out of bounds at about the 32, 33-yard line. But it's going to be enough for a first down for the Savages. again, kind of flooded that zone, kind of ran the defenders out, and he's able to just kind of tuck the ball and go. He also had a guy in the flat available, but picked the right choice there, which is kind of tuck the ball and pick up what you can. Gain of 8 on that place is going to bring up a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Handoff this time goes back to 27, which I believe we said was Fields, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 27, Derek Fields.
Pick up about 5 yards on that play. Ball down to the 28-yard line. Again, Wynnewood is starting to threaten a drive that started at their own 33-yard line. Wynnewood back out in the same look, I formation, or excuse me, a pistol formation.
Get him,
just
wrap
trying to
him
get
up.
out to the edge.
There we go.
Knocked out of bounds.
That was close.
That was close. It was almost.
I really could have seen a flag come out there.
I could have too. It was right on the stick.
Now I don't know if you guys saw this comment or not. Former media member Jackson Cooper said Brad better get his popcorn.
There we go. Hey, and I have not ate any popcorn today either. By the way.
No, and we had to talk about it, Brad, and you did not heed my warning.
Yep. Well, it's maybe it's going well so far, so let's stay away from it. 3rd and 8. Here we go.
He's flirting with disaster over here.
Pistol formation this side to the opposite side. 3 receiver.
Get there.
Side.
Watch him.
Going to just throw it up again.
Got to get underneath.
Receiver goes over the top, scores a touchdown again. Malachi White back in coverage, just as unable.
Guys, there's not really anything we can do on that matchup.
No, just a bad matchup for us out on the perimeter. So the long touchdown pass there from Knighton to number 12, which is Adam Fields. The senior comes up big again for the Savages. So 34-28. Wynnewood lines up in that swinging gate formation to go for 2 here.
You guys have to cover this one because short guy.
Hey, you got the walls you get to look at. So.
Yep. So no idea what's going on.
Again, quarterback's going to roll out and throw the ball
Lobs it up.
Pick it. He's got nobody around him on that one,
I
so it is incomplete.
Catch it, but it's fine.
So incomplete pass. Davis now leads 34-28 with 7:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wynnewood back on the board in the 2nd half. Long touchdown pass to Patrick, I believe, or excuse me, Adam Fields.
It was defended by number 6, Luke Linville.
Oh, that was Linville in coverage. Okay. Again, wasn't bad coverage, just kind of high-pointed the ball, went up, is able to, a 6'4" guy, he's going to be able to go up and get the ball, and it's just couldn't defend it.
Here, go get it.
Yeah. It's one of the, at some point you almost say, hey, I'm gonna take the pass interference call instead of letting you go over the top on me.
Yeah, make him be worried about going out there with you.
Yep.
Some other district game scores out there. Purcell all over Lexington at Lexington, 37-6. Again, Atoka up on Antlers, 36-22.
Got a Holdenville score?
I have not seen one. I'm kind of looking.
We are at Holdenville next week.
We are at Holdenville next week.
We're going to Hughes County, Brad.
We are.
Woo, you're excited.
Something like that.
I do not see a Holdenville score, so.
I have to give Brad a hard time. My dad and my grandparents both taught and went to Holdenville. And Brad was a hated Tiger.
I'm still a little bruised from that Holdenville Wewoka score.
I'm sure you are, yeah.
Still a touchy subject for some of us.
Yeah, it's tender.
Fake
I want some of those Red Hots.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get it in the window, but if they do, we need to sign her
up.
That
Bentley kid needs to work on her arm a little bit.
Yep. She must take after her dad.
Yeah.
I think I need to work on my arm too. So Seth Knapp's going to fake the handoff. He's going to take it out on the
edge.
Seth. A little bit of room to
run.
Go,
Seth!
Still
nice block.
At the 40, 45. He's at the 50. Still on his feet. Gets down to about the 47-yard line. Nice return there.
Good block, Stu!
I was going to say, I just heard you yelling, out there. Stu with a big block there to help set up that return. And kudos to
I got
Seth.
to shout out my lineman. I mean, that was awesome.
Kudos to Seth for the fake. It kind of faked the whole group.
Ran the little fake, and we've handed that off a couple times back there to Dakota Carter. That time he actually keeps it and kind of fools the coverage team, gets the ball up all the way onto the Wynnewood side of the field at the 47-yard line. And again, I think that's the same young man that jumped off again for Wynnewood. But again, we're able to draw them offside. It's going to move down 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 1st and 5. Ball's going to be spotted at the 42-yard line. Again, this is where you hope you see your conditioning starting to set in.
Yeah.
Your depth.
Right. Well, you can look out there and see a lot of those guys with their hands on their hips. And again, we've talked about it. We're only halfway through the third quarter.
Jeez.
Quarterback's going to keep this time. He's got some room to run. Still
picks up 3 or 4.
He got some yards. Yeah.
Knighton in there on a nice form tackle. It's going to mark him short of the first down. I thought he picked it up. It's going to be about a yard first. Going to bring up a 2nd and 1 after that 4-yard run.
To the 38. Gain of 4. 2nd and 1 for the Wolves. 2nd and 1 from the 38.
Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. He's got some pressure on him, but he's able to get rid of the ball.
Got it out.
It's underneath. It is intercepted at the 20-yard line.
He was going after the polecat, and it got undercut.
Yeah, that's one you probably got to eat. I think he probably wants that one back.
I think he wanted to force. He was trying too hard to force that one. No, you don't have to do it there.
No.
Never was able to kind of set his feet. There was pressure right off the bat, so he had to get rid of it a little bit quicker than what he wanted. Not able to kind of set and get a good throw underneath him. Underthrown, and it is intercepted. Polecat it looked like, open over the top, but he couldn't quite get the ball to him.
Jake able to set his feet and get some air underneath that ball. I think
need a little more arm to it.
And that's a big play for Wynnewood, down 6 points.
Yep.
Able to kind of get that turnover. Davis is driving the field, hoping to put some points on the game, or put the points on the board. Now Wynnewood has got the ball down 6. 6:02 to go in the third quarter.
And you know where they're going.
Again, tailback there is hit. Again, it hasn't been a complex play call series the second half. A lot of 27 and a lot of 12 for Wynnewood.
Yeah, up the middle.
Over the top.
Over the top for the posted up player guy.
And I don't blame them because they've been successful doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 2nd and 9 now at the 23-yard line.
Sorry.
I thought Alexis was back there trying to get my attention.
No, it was me trying to step on your mic cord.
And I should have known better. She would have just thrown something at us.
She would have. Hateful.
We kind of like her. She's okay.
I mean, that's you, Bob.
Wynnewood back in the pistol, looking to throw the ball downfield.
Don't you sass.
He's got a lot of time to run. They're trying to keep the quarterback
Lock
in the
him
pocket.
Up. You got to wrap him.
Quarterback's going to try and make a couple guys miss. Brendan Rawls and 22 Rance Digby put a little pressure on him there. He put a hit on him when he's going to be short. It's going to be a 3rd and about 3. I like that they put a little pop on him at the end there too. Yep. Again, more of those you can put on during a game. The slower, slower they are.
I want to see how this works out. They just took Seth Knapp off. And put Trey Melton out there on number 12 on the far side.
Which you got a feeling they know where they're wanting to go with it. So he's going to roll
there
up.
Goes.
That's exactly where it's going.
Play it, Trey.
So, again.
That's as good as he can get. I mean,
there's a late flag. That's a terrible call.
Hold on.
I think they're going to call pass interference, but I don't know where the pass interference was. I don't know that there was contact.
I mean, that's late, too.
But there's also a flag in the backfield as well, so we'll have to wait and see kind of what that is.
At the 20-yard line.
So let's see what we got going on down
here. And I'm afraid the one in the backfield is
roughing the passer.
But the way Wynnewood is walking, I think it may be a hold as well.
Boy, that pass interference, that was again, I don't like to I don't like to criticize officiating, but that is not a call I would make.
No, and I'm just a personal opinion.
So we've got holding against Wynnewood and pass interference against the Wolves. So 2 penalties that are going to be offset.
Yeah, but that ref that made that call was 10, 15 yards back down the field.
Yeah.
I 100% feel like that is the back judge's call, and he did not throw the flag for obvious reasons.
So 3rd and 4 from the 28-yard line now for the Savages. Quarterback's going to roll out to pass. Again, trying to get a little pressure on him. He's going to go and try and pick up the first down, and he does.
Oh,
He's still got his
on.
feet. He is still on
Wrap
his feet.
him up.
So again, yeah, it's one of those deals. It had a couple opportunities to bring him down, unable to do it, and Knighton's able to pick up the first down.
We talked about it before the game. He is elusive. He makes people miss, and he's showing what he's good at right there.
So 1st and 10 now for the Savages, and I think he's thrown the ball fairly well this game.
Well, it's hard not to when you've got that big of a target. When you got that kind of a target
you're
out on the
throwing to
outside.
the Jolly Green Giants standing up. That's what I get.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 now at the 41-yard line.
I'll get it later. It's down there. Thanks, Brad.
Handoff this time goes to the tailback again. Nothing there on that one. Played pretty well up front that time by the Wolves. Number 30, Brendan Rawls. Number 79, Colby England. Number 22, Rance Digby, I believe. Actually, no, that's Mitchell Garrison, 28.
Looks like we got Spencer Clinton.
28
Brendan
is
Rawls.
Stewie.
Stewie, yeah.
30 Rawls coming off. I saw 44 going on. Trying to see anybody else.
So again, 2nd and 10 now at the 41-yard line for the Savages. Savages have had the ball a lot this drive. Trips formation again to one side. Quarterback's going to roll to the same side.
Yeah,
he's going to look to throw the ball downfield.
Oh, yeah, go down.
Is,
Get
he's
that
ball. He's going to be dropped that time. And I'll tell you what, he got buried that time. Unfortunately,
you know,
he kind of had his leg kind of in a weird position when he got hit. So
I'm going to praise him. He didn't make the tackle himself, but Wyatt Fielding forced that run back into his teammates, and you saw the enthusiasm after that tackle was made, that double fist pump, you know, and so that's it. I like that excitement to see from our players. So,
especially a young kid like that, you know, getting a good play like that.
3rd and 17 now for the Savages from their 34-yard line. So again, this is an opportunity to get off the field. This is where we need to make a play defensively, get the ball back. 4 seconds, so they're going to have to go quick here to get this ball off in time, and they do. Quarterback is going to look to throw. He's got a blitz off the back end. They're going to throw the ball.
Nice good coverage.
That time.
And a baby.
Dakota Carter in coverage is able to slap
nice
that ball
play.
away on a crossing
pattern. Dakota!
And then afterwards.
A lot of talking,
And Dakota goes from making the play to getting his teammate out of the way.
And Luke is coming to the sidelines.
Yeah, I was going to say his coach is not very happy. And again, there's a we don't know what led to that, but there's some helmet to helmet trash talking between 2 young men out there.
Yeah.
So they are 4th and 17. There is nobody back deep. I guess.
I think they don't trust it.
So they're just going to let that guy kick the ball. And he hammers it. Nice punt.
That is a nice punt. Oh, took a good Davis bounce, though.
It's going to come down at about the 27-yard line.
So we got 325 people out there watching with us.
That's awesome.
If you're Davis fan, Wynnewood fan.
I think that's the record.
For a regular season, it is way up there. And I think that actually is close to beating, if not already beating, the Millwood game where we had the playoff game a couple years ago. So thanks for watching.
So everybody that's out there getting treated to a good football game.
Yep.
34-28, a minute 50 to go in the third
still
quarter.
In the
Davis
third
still
quarter.
Winning.
Still in the third quarter.
There's a motion or illegal procedure on the Wolves. Is going to move them back on this first down play. It's going to bring up a 1st and 15. Ball's going to be moved back to the 22-yard line.
1st and 15 for the Wolves at the 22.
Handoff this time is going to go to number,
I think it was 24.
24.
Lane Rawls.
Lane Rawls there on the carry. Picks up, gets back to around the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard short. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11.
Out to the 26-yard line. Gain of 4.
Ball at the 26.
2nd and 11 from the 26.
Again, like to see a chunk play here. See what we can pick up. Quarterback's going to keep trying to bounce it outside, but there are a bunch of defenders on him there. He's going to be dropped for a loss. It's going to bring up a third down, 3rd and long here. Again, good job by the Wynnewood defense to stop him.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to bounce it outside, and he just got swarmed there. So really nowhere to go.
3rd and 14 for the Wolves after that loss.
3rd and 14 for the 23.
Again, played very well this series by the Savages, trying to get that ball back down 6 point.
Are we really almost done with the 3rd quarter?
Yeah.
Parker will pitch out
hey,
on this outside.
Go, Rance!
Rance Digby looking to pick up what he can is going to be brought down.
Man, I thought that was going to be a little wider open with as much pressure as getting put on Jake and him getting rid of the ball.
So short gain is going to bring up a 4th and long, probably 4th and about 11 yards. So you're going to see the Wolves punt team come out.
I just about called Rance Drew Parks.
Oh, yeah.
Again, that's going to bring the 3rd quarter to an end. 34-28. Davis currently leading. Wynnewood about to get the ball to start the 4th quarter. Good ball game. Hope you guys are enjoying it at home. You're listening to the Howells broadcast of the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. Brad Bentley, Bobby Alexander, and Jared Morris on the call.
And again, we want to thank our commercial sponsors. We apologize for those not playing tonight. It's entirely my fault. Pittman Oil, Uptown Formal, Jones Jewelry, Vision Bank, Hilltop, and PT Central. Thank you for sponsoring for what we do. We will be sure and get you guys back up and running for next week, and you'll be playing all on our social media this week, so be sure and check those out. 4th quarter, guys.
4th quarter. Here's a time. This is where you win or lose right here.
Yeah, obviously we're going to punt the ball away, 4th and long on our own end of the field. This is a scary part for me because we're obviously putting their best athlete, the ball in his hands with a lot of space in between us. So I would like to see kind of a low run punt and it kind of bounce a couple of times to get to him to kind of really keep him.
You kick the ball away from him.
Yeah, I'd kick over here on our near side away from him, let the ball go out of bounds as quickly as possible because I don't want him in open space.
He's out there trying to cheer on his group to cheer for him here. And again, this is a scary time if you're a Wolf.
Yeah.
4th and 11 from the 26.
So Lane rolls his kick. It's going to hit about the 50. Good bounce there. Go out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Did what we needed to do, which is kick it towards the sideline there. Not give him a lot of time to return that.
Kicked it away from him, and man, they're actually going to get a mark. I thought that was closer to the 45, but they're actually going to mark him about the 41.
So Wynnewood will take over on their own 41-yard line. And again, Wynnewood kind of got re-energized after that last series. So if you're a Wolf, you need to see if you can change the momentum right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to go get a stop right here. We're up going into the 4th quarter. Definitely, I think, going to have to watch this side. Dakota Carter near side against this number 12 Fields for them. I would imagine the ball is going to go in the air a lot to him as we get later in this game.
So again, single coverage to one side, trips formation to the opposite side. Quarterback's going to roll out to that side, and it looks like he's just trying to keep takes a hit there by Knight, and took a hit there by Brendan Rawls. I'll tell you what, and he's getting up a little gingerly. You know, he's taking a lot of hits.
Yeah, I mean, I would not want to take a straight-on hit from Brendan Rawls. You know.
No, and like I said, he's, you know, he does not look very mobile. I think he's probably dealing with some cramps, I would imagine. Maybe not, but
I would imagine the ball's fixing to go in the air right here to number 12.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Handoff's going to go to 27. He's going to pick up some good positive yardage. He's going to be short of the first down, but it's going to be a 3rd and short.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a cramp or what, but, I mean, he's struggling.
Yeah, he's struggling to move around.
To even make a handoff at the moment.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 47-yard line now for Wynnewood.
Gain of 3.
So, and again, this is one of those times that I don't think you want to keep the ball in one's hands at this point with him struggling. I think you got to either throw the ball or you got to hand off, and that's where they go is 27. He's going to pick up the first down again. That time, Wynnewood did a pretty good job of blocking up front. He put a couple of the Davis defenders on their back. So.
Yeah, and made them miss and was able to pick up that the first down and puts them on the Davis side of the field.
So Wynnewood now at the Davis 45-yard line, 1st and 10, 10-15 to go in the ball game. 34-28 game, so good ball game so far. And again, I think if you are Davis, I think you need to score again, and I think you need to stop them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think there's going to be some scoring here in the 4th quarter. Handoff goes to 27. This time he's going to be met for a loss.
27. Derek Fields on the carry.
Played pretty good up front that time by the defense. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line.
2nd and 10 from the 45.
Quarterback is moving around a little bit better now, but he's still working on that leg, whatever is slowing him down here. Pistol formation, single receiver to each side, actually flexbone formation this time. Quick pitch out on the edge, goes to 20, makes the first guy miss. Is going to be brought out of bounds after a short gain.
John Mathis on the carry. Tackle for the Wolves, number 9. Jackson Bonner.
Number 9, Jackson Bonner in on the tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 8. Ball's going to be spotted at looks like about the 43-yard line. So again, this would be a good opportunity to get off the field if the defense can tighten up right here.
Yeah, I definitely think this is 2-down territory for Wynnewood. But
yep. Fake quick pitch out on the edge. Quarterback's going to throw. The ball is thrown up for, again, intended for number 12. Downfield, that's the Fields young man again.
Yeah, and it was an inadvertent defensive play because I don't think he knew.
I think he was just trying to catch up. Yeah.
And he was trying to make a play back to the ball and ended up face planting into our defender.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 8. And again, I think if they would have been able to, I don't know if I go for it on 4th and 8. I think I punt the ball and try and get the ball back is what again, it's one of those things. I understand the decision either way, but I don't want.
I think they're going for it.
They are going to go for it. It looks like.
I think they are.
And we're back.
Okay, 9 minutes. 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Pistol formation this time. Quarterback's going to roll out, looking to throw the ball, looking to go downfield. He's got all kinds of pressure. Ball's thrown up, and it is. I thought it was intercepted, but it's going to be knocked down. The Wolves will take over, and knocking that ball down is the right play because they've got the ball. They've got a better position. They've got better field position by not intercepting it. Smart play that time by the defense. The Wolves will now take over at the 43-yard line. 9 minutes to go in the ball game, under 9 minutes now, 8 minutes and 52 seconds. Wolves leading 34-28, and they now have the ball at their own 43.
I would expect to see the play clock start to become a factor for Davis, using as much of it as possible.
Yep. You know, and I think the quarterback on the other team, he's on the ground over there, so he is not doing very well. It does not look like. Hope that young man is okay. I think he is. It looks like they're giving him some fluid, so it may just be a cramp type situation.
Yeah,
he's been on the field a lot though. He's made a lot of plays,
almost the whole game. You know,
on offense and defense.
So as we take a timeout for Lonnie Tepechi with Pebbles real estate timeout, we're going to mute ourselves for just a second, catch our breath, and we'll be back here as soon as action starts.
So we are back. Wolves first and 10 at their own 43-yard line, currently leading 34-28 with 8:52 to go in the ball game. Handoff this time goes to Lane Rawls.
Go, Lane.
Rawls into the open field.
Hang
Makes
on.
some guys miss. Amber ran through a couple arm tackles there.
He did.
A couple guys had some good shots at him.
And the guy that tackled him at the end had to work for it.
I'm going to commend our camera operator back there. I think she's done phenomenal work tonight.
She has done very well.
Very little view, absolutely zero view of the field whatsoever. She is operating solely off the view of the laptop. So
yeah, not even a monitor right now. I mean, just what she's got to look at
looking
over Alexis's shoulder.
And I think Alexis is kind of trying to like turn her and make it where she can't see it. I don't know.
Hey, and
first and 10 for the Wolves.
I give it to you. That's hard because I was just doing it for a little bit. So
flexbone look this time by the Wolves. Little misdirection back to Lane Rawls, who's able to pick up another about 4 yards on that first down run.
I honestly thought Jake still had it.
Yeah, I kind of got fooled there a little bit, even myself.
Little cross buck action.
Ooh, the cross buck. Should also be a good name for a band. Jake Parker and the Crossbucks.
Sounds great.
I would watch that. That's a Red Dirt band from '98.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Look out, Cole Wetzel.
Yeah, poser.
He's probably okay. Handoff again, goes to Lane Rawls again. They're
looking for it.
Defended well that time for Wynnewood.
Up front, Wynnewood does a good job of kind of stuffing that before it can ever get going. So that's going to bring up a third and medium, I guess. Third about 6. Got another young man for Wynnewood coming off the field. So again, you know, those kids have been they played a lot of downs out there. Again, this is a big third down for the Wolves. You know,
for sure.
Leading 6, need to keep this drive alive. Don't want to turn the ball over back to Wynnewood. We got a false start on the offense that time.
Line down. Illegal procedure against the Wolves.
On illegal procedure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can have a man in motion.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we just got called for.
I thought we could.
Third and 11 for the Wolves.
It's a pretty standard thing that Davis does. You know, the back goes in motion, but the second he moved his foot, the ref threw the flag.
So we go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 11 now.
3rd and 11 from the 37.
Wishbone look this time for the Wolves. Quarterback's going to keep it and go
Go,
out on
Jake.
the edge. And he's going to keep his feet and pick up the first down.
They got the first. And he had to fight for it, too.
I don't know if you guys saw the pile of Wynnewood players at the front there, but good job up front that time by the Wolves to just kind of building a whole pile of people they put on the ground.
And good job, Jake, for staying on your feet on that one through that one tackle,
spun around. It looked like he was going to get stopped.
Yep. Was able to stay upright and pick up the first down and extend this drive.
Big down that time by Parker, able to pick it up. Wolves now 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Another traditional wishbone look. Parker under center. Low snap. Parker's just going to keep the ball, and he's got some men out in front of him.
Oh, nice
he's
block.
He's going to run through another one.
Good run by Jake. Hey, heck of a block by Malachi White.
Yep, nice job out on the perimeter there.
I like when those little guys throw a shoulder at somebody.
Yeah.
Ball comes down into the right inside the red zone at the 15-yard line now. 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
A gain of 10 yards for Parker. To the Wynnewood 15-yard line. And it's another Wolves. 1st down.
5:38 to go in the ball game. Wolves leading 34-28. Again, wishbone look this time. Parker's going to keep it again. This time they've read very well. A lot of pressure up front that time. They're able to drop him for a loss.
Hey, because I've seen him and hadn't said his name. So 54 for Hernandez.
Yeah, he's played a good game.
Big old boy.
He's played a good game.
Yeah, he's been all over the place.
In a lot of it.
I'm going to go a little further. Not just big boy. Respectful kid.
Oh, no, yeah, just helped out Jake. Yeah.
As soon as he put Jake on the ground, kind of stood up, had that, standing over him kind of look, but then immediately picked Jake up and helped him back up.
I mean, and he has been all over the field tonight. So
2-yard loss, 2nd and 17 now for the Wolves. Low snap. Oh, kind of a busted play right off the bat.
Yeah, he ran into his own running back there.
Well, it all started, snap was low, and then the timing was off from that point on, so that one was kind of doomed.
Brad,
from
I'm never going to blame the center.
Well, I didn't say it was the center. I just said the snap was a little low. Or it wasn't fielded cleanly. How about that?
Now, I'll blame the quarterback all day. No, I'm just kidding, Jake.
3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 now for the Wolves. 4:20 to go in this, 3rd and 17 after that's marked off. So obviously you're in a position here where you're going to go 3rd and 4th down because of where the ball's spotted. So again, you don't have to pick it all up in one play, but we need to pick up some good positive yardage. Quarterback's going to run the option, get out
there
on the edge.
There you go, Malachi.
Ooh.
He got
takes
out of the air.
A little bit of a lick there. Gets brought down at about what looks like the 15-yard line, 17-yard line, right in that ballpark.
I mean, what else are you going to do with it right now?
So 4th down and about 12 here from what's going to be at the 12-yard line, or actually the 17-yard line, I'm sorry. 4th and 12, here we go. Big 4th down play.
I wouldn't be shocked to see a hard count right here. Timeout with, 2nd left on the clock.
Well, 3.5 minutes left in the ball game. Wolves leading by 6, facing a big 4th down. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass.
Nice pass.
Intended for 17. It's intercepted. He's got some room to run, too, if they can't get out on the edge.
Get there.
Goes out of bounds, pushed out at about the 35-yard line.
I got it. He looked him down all the way across the middle. And when that Knighton, right there. And I'm the biggest proponent in this whole booth of throwing the ball.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, but you can't stare your receiver down.
You can't stare him down.
So Wynnewood takes over, trailing 34-28, but they've got 3 minutes to try and get on the scoreboard here. So the Wolves defense is going to have to tighten up, starting at their own 36-yard line. First and 10 for Wynnewood. Quarterback looks like he's moving around a little bit better now, too.
Mm-hmm. Go get him.
He's going to run
Go get him. Yeah, you got to wrap him up. You got to wrap him up. Get there.
Guys miss up front, gets out of bounds, but not before he has a
we
loss.
should have got a block in the back right there, but
quarterback is down on the sideline after he does it, too.
Well, and 44 Wyatt Fielding was hot on his heels going out by the time he got out of bounds.
So it's going to be a loss of about, let's see where they mark it back, loss of about 3 on that play. Runs out of bounds, so the clock's going to stop with 2:58 to go in the ball game.
So I just want to put this on y'all's minds here. We're 2 minutes, 58 seconds left. You got to start thinking who your player of the game's going to be. So I'll come back to you in a little bit, but
I got
you got to have it on your mind.
Trips formation to one side. Handoff goes to number 27, the tailback. He's going to be brought down after a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Ball is back to the almost back to the original line of scrimmage here at the 30, looks like the 35-yard line, 36-yard line. Trips formation to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Quarterback in a pistol formation, low snap. Quarterback's able to take it off the hop.
He still got it. You got to go get him.
He's going to just throw the ball up. He's got a
guy
up. Open.
Picked up. Oh, it's out. It's out. It's out.
So the defender had it for a minute, kind of bounced out there at the end, but I thought it was going to be an interception. But anyway it works, it's going to bring up 4th down now.
It was good coverage. White, Linville, and Carter all over there.
And good job kind of bottling up that quarterback where he had nowhere to run. You know, he looked at, and again, he is not super mobile right now. He's, you know, you can tell he's still not in the, he's still got a little hitch in his giddy up at this point.
Yeah. So shout out late in this ball game, a great ball game, 6-point game. The 350 people watching with us tonight.
I mean, and thank you. I know we've got several Wynnewood people watching. We appreciate you.
2 minutes and 16 seconds go in the ball game. Davis clinging to a 34-28 lead. Wynnewood facing a 4th and 11. Quarterback's going to throw. Ball's intended downfield.
Get there. Good coverage.
There we go. Good coverage that time, and the Wolves will take over.
Okay, now you got good coverage. Okay, go away now. Don't.
Yeah, he is going to get ripped off probably the field again.
Yeah.
That one little motion, Coach Martin and Coach Parker very upset right there at that little move. That is not something our boys are allowed to do. So, yeah.
So Wolves will take over at the 36-yard line. Two minutes and 9 seconds go in the ball game.
There's going to be a timeout.
Timeout Wolves.
For the Wolves.
Lonnie Tepechi with Pebbles Real Estate.
There you go.
Timeout.
All right, so 2 minutes go in the ball game. What do you guys' thoughts?
I got one if you do.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
I got Lane.
Lane Rawls, okay.
Lane Rawls, he's been all over the place.
Yep.
And, you know, there's been a lot of other really good players, but they have done he's done really well.
Brad, who you got?
You know, I don't know. I'm having a hard time.
I'm a little torn.
Tell me who you're thinking. And then maybe I'll just piggyback and take the same team.
There's a couple of guys I could go with. You know, the younger guys as a group, I think have really stood in. Trey had some big plays tonight. Dakota Carter had some big plays tonight. Wyatt Fielding had some big plays tonight. You know, a lot of those. But I think you have to go with the guy that put you on his back. And I'm gonna piggyback off of Mr. Morse here.
I knew he was going to.
Yeah.
You're going to go with Lane. So I'm going to go Trey Melton. I thought his first half really changed the momentum in the game.
Right.
And I think
I mean, he had some great, that offensive and defensive, he had some great plays.
Yep.
If I was kind of thinking in my head, too, if like I was going to pick like a Hoss.
Yeah.
Something, because, you know, I got to go with Mitchell Garrison. I go with Stu because he's been wearing people out. Blocked a punt, and he's been punching people in the mouth all night.
Not literally, but
no, but you know what I mean.
Brad, you swayed me. I was going to go Lane wholeheartedly, but I agree. And I mentioned the younger guys. I think I'm gonna go Trey Melton. I agree. So Trey Melton, the WLF player of the game for tonight. So.
There you go. Sorry, you lose.
Yeah.
It's that new math.
Yeah.
Wishy-washy.
It's common.
1:36 to go. Wolves facing a 2nd and 7 from their the Wynnewood 33-yard line. Again, I think we're content to just run this clock out and hold on to the ball. Heavy formation this time. Brendan Rawls has got some room to run. He's going to pick up first. We got a flag thrown out on the edge.
I don't know if it's going to be a face mask or a hold.
I think it's a face mask.
I think it's going to be a hold is what I think is coming.
I think it's a face mask.
Let's see.
I want a face mask.
I would really.
I want Brad to be wrong.
I'm wrong all the time. And we have
face
face
mask.
mask. There it is. There it is.
Which will give us a first down with 1:17 to go on the clock. that should pretty well wrap it up. But I'm not.
See, I always like,
Hey, I say
I'm not trying to put ice, or I'm not trying to put salt on the wound here, but this is a point where I still try and score. There's a minute 17. We are up 6 points. If there's a turnover, it puts us at a precarious position. So I try and score still at this point.
I'm with you. Yeah, I think so.
If it was more than a one-score lead, I agree. We run the clock down and go from there. But I think I'm still trying to score with a minute 16 to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I do think you are using every second of this play
I agree.
clock.
Yeah, we're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry by any means. But quarterback's going to keep. He's got some room to run, and it looks like we did the same thing. It was a heavy set there, but nice run that time by Jake Parker.
Be a timeout from Wynnewood.
Timeout Wynnewood. And again, that's the other thing is, they're going to make us pick up first downs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, this timeout brought to you by Lonnie Tepechi from Pebbles Real Estate. Thank you for being a sponsor for everything that we do. Shout out to the media crew for getting a broadcast out tonight for everybody to watch, for the 350 people that joined us tonight. If you were a Wynnewood fan and you joined us, we were glad to have you. Yes, we are a little biased.
We're not a little biased. We're a lot biased.
Well, but that's part of the nature. This is a school-run program.
It's a Davis run.
There's a wolf on my paycheck.
Show.
Yes, yeah. 100%. There's a wolf on my paycheck. Therefore, yes, I'm a little biased.
The good news is we don't perceive to, or we don't tell people that we are going to not be biased, because we can tell you who we're rooting for from the beginning.
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, we are here to root on the Wolves.
But the good news is, if you are a Wynnewood fan, you were able to watch the game, even if you were at home, if that's something you're normally not able to do.
And we were glad to have you. We hope you enjoyed our ramblings. And
seemed like it was a good game to watch for both sides, good close game. And I think it's not over yet.
Both will do well this season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what Wynnewood does.
Go, Jake.
I'm interested to see what Wynnewood does in season.
Yeah.
Class A, I think they can really make some noise. They're a talented team. Offensively, they've got a lot of weapons. I think what probably is their Achilles heel is they probably don't have a lot of depth, it doesn't look like.
Right.
And again, that's just number of kids. I mean, it's a sheer numbers game with them.
Well,
but they've got a lot of top-end talent.
You saw a lot of cramps and stuff on the other side, and that'll get better when you get a conditioning and, you get out of these September and August games. You get into the little bit cooler months. It not quite has happened as much, but, I do think they're going to be a threat in Class A.
I'll be interested to watch that Ringling-Wynnewood game.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Big district game coming up for them.
Historically, the Blue Devils pretty good.
So timeout by the Wolves. Lonnie Tepechi at Pebbles Real Estate timeout.
Yes, and that should be the final timeout before we wrap this game up.
We called timeout on that one.
Oh, did we call timeout?
We called
timeout.
Oh,
wow.
On that one.
My apologies.
I mean, real quick.
Now, 9 seconds, I would assume this is going to be the last play of the game.
We got, we weren't able to run commercials tonight, but Pittman Oil, Uptown Formal, Jones Jewelry, Vision Bank, the Library, City of Davis, Hilltop Animal Health, PT Central. We appreciate you supporting us, and we will get those commercials out this next week on our social media, and we're going to get this taken care of so we can get it out.
Looks like the Wolves are going to be victorious here. Again, this has been a good series, but it's been all Davis for a while now. Again, last Wynnewood win, 1993. So, again, and again, in fairness to Wynnewood, it has not been a consistent series since 93. It just started back up several years ago. But again, much like the Davis and Sulphur series recently has been all Sulphur, this one's been all Davis. So good game. See lots of good things coming for both of these teams. Lots of young talent on both sides of the field. Knighton for Wynnewood at quarterback, excellent young player. He's one of those in that excellent sophomore class. Again, Davis got a lot of sophomores also playing. Again, so I can see lots of good battles coming in the future.
And I hope they keep this game going. I don't want to see it falter off. I'd love to see it continue on. And
victory formation right there, and that's going to be the ball game.
Come back to the rivalry of old, so to speak. But great game tonight by both teams. Davis coming out on top, 34-28. As they finished the non-district schedule 2-1 with wins over Pauls Valley and Wynnewood, and the loss last week to Sulphur. But they're going to go into Class 2A4 next week. on the road.
Going to Holdenville, take on the Wolverines.
Could be a fun broadcast because those of us that have been at Holdenville before.
There's not much there.
Not a whole lot.
Much there, and going to have to run it from generator, do all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, so we will do our very best to get you a broadcast for those of you who can't make it. So be sure and join us, and be sure and be on the watch. For our upcoming events, we got people joining us for social media stuff, and we've got a big interview coming up on October 4th. So be sure and go subscribe to us and keep up with us. So
again, Wolves win 34-28. We will be back next week. This is the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. Brad Bentley, Jared Morris, and Bobby Alexander, and our Wolf Howl Media Group this evening. One last time is
we got Juliana. I'm not going to try to say her last name.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, I want to hear it. What is it?
So we got Rush England, Kinsley Barnes, Stella Baker. That person running the laptop. No, just kidding. It's Alexis Davis. We have the Alpha, the Wolf, out tonight running around.
Yep. So I did get asked who is Alpha.
We can't. Man. It's Alpha.
It's Alpha. Okay.
That's who it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did a great job today. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Go Wolves.